up in front of a piano while wearing sunglasses as we pipe in the music of a beloved king of blind piano, Ray Charles. Rex's net worth has just increased by 11%. It's just that easy. Flip That Dog LLC is the only solution you'll need for all your dog estimates, restoration, and reappraisals. Hire us today or buy my new book, Life's a Bitch, and Now I'm Rich, by Charles Sousa. Call now. Don't spend
Sunday, we bring you the first politically correct monster truck rally. Unless, of course, you find that to be inconvenient, in which case we'll have a matinee on Tuesday, featuring such non-offensive sports vehicles as appropriately sized foot, mild-mannered canine, funeral service worker, and son of funeral service worker, who, although slightly younger, still gets paid a living wage. And current DC Truck Rally champion, I'm okay with our country having a black president. Price admission includes the entire seat, but you'll only need the edge. Sunday. Try to respect the wishes of our neighbors and keep the noise down. It's been called this year's sleeper hit. Prime time tomorrow on Orlando's Super TV 3.
Where's the girl, Miero?
I'm afraid you'll have to try a little harder, Hernandez.
Where did you pull her? She's too big to fit in these drawers. And she's made of bony skin, not invisible matter. I know she cannot be standing right here.
Clever detective, but not clever enough.
¿Por qué, Miero? She's just a girl. A closet-sized girl. Dios mío, there's a closet door right here.
Oh, no, don't open that door!
Carrie DeLipschitz and Jim Mahoney star in Milfada Hernandez, Detective Milt. Only on Orlando's Super TV 3.
Want to open up a drive-through liquor store that doubles as a notary public and dry cleaner? That's all you, my sons and daughters of liberty. Here at Badass Hangry Eagle Brewery, we've been bottling up freedom for over 6 years, and we encourage every American to embrace their God-given freedom with their lips. And just in time for this crucial election year, be sure to look out for our Devil's Advocate series of handcrafted beauties. We'll have you playing both sides of the fence in no time with our party-specific fun facts of corruption printed on every bottle. Our Build-A-Wall VIP beer will infuriate your liberal friends, and our cover-up coffee porter will alienate your conservative ones. Because what's more American than becoming a multimillionaire off a drunken idea for an app that tells you what kind of pizza matches your suit? Drinking a Badass Hangry Eagle? That's what. America. Badass Hangry Eagle Brewery. America AF.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Owen and Dirt's Pop Culture Radio. Why do I sound loud as fuck, right?
Yeah, it all sounds kind of over the throat a little bit.
All right, there we go. A little bit of drive there. All right, so and it still sounds that way. Whatever, we'll figure it out in the post.
It's funny because I was just complimenting about talking loud and everything.
There
and
it
I
is.
was like, hey,
There we go.
much
All right.
better.
All right. So we have obviously no Owen in the room tonight. This is a Dirty Bush show, and then we've got our buddy Mike over here who's filling in. Dave, I'm sorry, Dave.
I was going to say Mike. Is that? Did
There
you
you
want to
go.
make him feel at home because I couldn't remember Janae's name?
Oh, you just still in it. It's Janelle.
Janelle.
Yeah.
Giselle. We're only strict professional around this motherfucker. If you want your name gotten right, you go to another show. We're here to laugh and get facts wrong.
That's what we do best.
Yep.
Just ask the commenters on TikTok.
We are misinformation.
I told Owen, it's like next time Owen throws something to me in the third segment, I'm like, nah, we need to either talk about it first segment, second segment, or I don't want to tell the story at all. Because what ends up happening, I get fucking hammered off this fucking whiskey that we were given to promote here on the show.
Yeah.
And then I get a lot of shit wrong. And some of the shit I get wrong, like I actually listen back to it and I go, man, how drunk was I? Like, how did I not mention John Prine as a songwriter on that one particular song? Because then all the comments are going, John Prine wrote that, you piece of shit. And I'm like, I literally have so much John Prine shit in my house. I know this.
Right,
I was drunk.
You're like a massive fan of John
Yeah,
Prine.
I'm
you
drunk.
Love it. You
Yeah.
you introduced me to John Prine.
Yeah.
But you're so drunk you forget that particular snippet.
Yeah, exactly, right. And then I got all these fucking assholes in TikTok telling me what a piece of shit I am because I fucking forgot that. So fuck them all.
So that's why we didn't get your name right.
Oh, I don't remember you guys' name anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fucking horrible, bro. I am embarrassed at how bad I am at remembering people's names.
Oh, I suck
Because-
at it, man. It's almost like you got to write it down. I'm like, man, you better put it in my phone.
Well,
Otherwise,
I blame it. I feel like I figured it out. I call even when I've known people a long time, it's usually, hey, what's up, bud? What's up, pal, friend, guy, dude, chick? You know what I mean? Like
I'm a hey, yo, bro.
yeah,
So,
exactly, bro.
yeah.
So like once you've used that substitute so many times, and then you're used to using it immediately, you forget people's name because you immediately go to bro or chick, or if you're an old Florida man, hun.
It's a really old Florida man. So.
Yeah.
I call people hun. Okay.
No, I was going to say, I actually remember your name. I grew up with another dude named Dave, and there can only be one in a group. you
Right.
know? And so he was growing his hair out, and it was getting about as long as mine, but it wasn't going where it's supposed to. It just
Right.
kept going. It looked like a fucking hedge.
Got it.
And so I just started calling him Bushy. And
There you go.
he doesn't go by that anymore. Last time he was drinking at my little pub, man, they were like, another friend came over and he's like, no. If you don't know me for over 25 years, man, you can't call me that. And
Well, it's my actual last name, so I'm burdened with it. I just happen to be lucky enough to be a hairy person. I feel like it would be worse if I was like a skinny, hairless dude named Bushy, right? That'd be
Yeah,
weird.
yeah, that would be way worse.
yeah, I literally thought it was just because, well,
right.
you know.
No, everybody
Yeah,
does.
I
That's
see
why
that,
it's
you
that's
know.
why it's funny that it's actually my name. It started before I grew facial hair. It started in football.
Oh,
Everybody
man.
was called by their last name.
I'm still trying to grow facial hair, so I don't know anything about that. Man.
It's good. I told you when you came in, I like the twist.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, that's but people don't realize how long that actually is to have that twist like that.
It's 30 years it's been this way. So.
Yeah.
So
So,
that's the final product.
No, I
It's not really-
cut it. I cut it like because if you're riding anything, if it can work its way through the glasses and get to your eyes, so it stays at one.
Well,
level.
and if you're doing
Yeah,
machine
so
things, you don't want to lean over in that
it's-
bitch to
that,
swirl up
yeah,
in there.
yeah. Well, I'm not putting my face. I'm not a retard, man. I've been machining for 30 years, man. I ain't.
Well,
I ain't gonna get up close. I'm like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm like, my eyes are messed up, but I'm not gonna. How's that cut? You know, and then get your face right up next to a chuck or a tool, man. I'm like,
Yeah.
I've injured myself in so many weird, random ways. I just assume that I'm going to get hurt like I'm an idiot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like no matter.
It's always a bitch. You get comfortable, and you're like, is the tip of my finger hanging off? You're like,
That's always what happens.
One weird one. I was doing just changing out the spark plugs on a 1-ton van, and I didn't take the tire off or anything. I was trying to do it the lazy way, so my arm was stuck all the way down and then up again inside. And man, when that thing broke loose, I took my knuckle all the way down the heat shield,
oh,
and
yeah.
it just flapped my knuckle all the way right to the bone. That was fun.
Well, I thought you were going to tell the fucking table saw story.
I don't want to tell it.
well, I want to hear the tables. Come on, you tell the table saw
So
story,
okay.
and I'll just say, hey, well, I've had 2 fingers sewed back
Have
on.
I told the table saw story on the air?
I don't know if you have, because I know every time you tell the story, it hurts me. So that's why.
Well, I had been.
Come on, hurt us, Daddy.
I did tile for 10 years. Had my own business for about 7 of that, and then when tile started slowing down, I started doing other construction stuff. And to this day, just know I feel really stupid about this. I'd been working around tile, and even the last year or two, because my back was so bad, I mostly did backsplashes, and I did a lot of shaping stone on a wet saw.
Mhm.
So my fingers were always right close to a wet saw blade, and a wet saw blade can't cut you. It'll go right through your fingernail, but it can't cut your flesh. And I got so comfortable to being close to a blade and everything. I went and we were doing some clamshell molding around doors and shit like that. And we had a brand new table saw, literally put it together that day. And I had the fence on it, and I was splitting a piece of 3" down to 1.5 inches. And I was pushing it with my damn fingers like this. And instead of getting a push stick to push it through, I was just comfortable being around a blade. And I went like this, and I would have been fine. But the very last little bit, it pinched up against the fence. I guess it was just the wood a little slightly thicker there. Stopped for a half second, and then that little bit of pressure that built up, it went forward, and I flicked the blade. That's all I did was flick the blade, and it long ways. It went all the way in this finger and all the way in this finger. This bone was sticking straight down because it smacked it. It hit so hard that the next day I actually had a bruise visually on my elbow because the blade smacked the tip of my finger so hard.
So you're the reason that we couldn't use bandsaws in middle school, and
not bandsaw, circular saw.
Yeah. But then it goes on to the reason they came up with that one saw. They take the hot dog and they push it over to it, and as soon as it touches it, the blade.
Here's
drops.
the worst part. That was already a thing when this happened.
Well, I mean,
no, seriously. We got a Ryobi. You know what I mean? It was fucking $60 table.
I was going to say, man, the price of safety isn't worth making money. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, man. I own my own machine shop. I know how it goes.
Look, I was born in Florida. Okay,
yeah.
I
was born in Florida also, man. I'm multiple generations down
I'm
here.
dumber than you. Well, if we're just going off of injuries, I am dumber than you.
Well, look, I've never claimed to be smart. I'm relatively intelligent when it comes to machining, but I'm not that smart. So
I can rap kinda.
I listen to rap kinda.
Sheepdog.
This is a repeat for the show, but we've had so the last week, remember last week Owen brought in that one and man, I'm gonna forget the name and feel like an asshole.
It was 90
proof,
and it was like some kind of lose your mind or gone.
I just threw the bottle out too. I'll have to listen to last week's podcast, you son of bitches. But it was a really good single barrel bourbon. But what's happened on this show is that you were not a whiskey guy before this segment started.
No, the only whiskey I would ever drink is some peanut butter whiskey here.
Yeah. But so this became our thing. So Sheepdog is a repeat, but I think Sheepdog wants us to regard them as highly as we regard Screwball, and so we're gonna drink Sheepdog again.
Like I've said, the 3 peanut butter ones that are all good is the Sheepdog, the Ram's Point, and the Screwball. But the Screwball is the best. It just is.
Well, and
it's not like these are bad. We're talking a 9 and a 7 and a 6.5. You know what I mean? Like or a 8 and a 7.5.
I'm sitting there watching. You got 4 glasses out there, man. You're pouring. I'm going like, who's getting 2?
No, well, so this glass set is just 4 glasses, the ones we use on the show here. But and sometimes we have a full house and we got 4 people, but and sometimes we got 5 people, and I got to pull out another one.
Have you had the sheep's head yet?
Sheepdog.
No, man. Look at my beard. I'm a rum drinker. Come
on.
on.
Okay. Well, see, I was always rum and Coke. The only reason I started drinking less rum and Coke was part of this belly here was fucking 4 or 5 rum and Cokes every fucking Saturday.
Yeah.
With, real.
Yeah, I'm a truist, man. I actually have lava stones. I freeze if I want it cold. Otherwise, I'm like, just put the damn bottle in front of me and let's do this.
Yeah.
Nice. So. I a lot of times I prefer things neat, just room temperature. Cheers.
So yeah, Sheepdog peanut butter whiskey. This is this was the second major label, I guess, and they're not really a major label company. That really, this is what they do. And one of the things that Owen likes about them, they're a dog friendly distillery, just like Tito's is. So everything on your 70 woof instead of proof.
Well, and I will say
Um,
this:
but-
it's like I feel like the Sheepdog has a little bit more of a kick.
It does.
It's just a little
There's
bit
a
more
more
of
bourbon
a
flavor
ooh,
to it.
ooh.
There's almost no bourbon flavor to Screwball.
Yeah, Screwball tastes like nuts.
Yeah,
like straight up, you're drinking nuts.
yeah, yeah. But that's
Peanuts.
it's you can't go wrong with this shit, man. It's always
No,
good.
no, that's good. I think, like I said, I think the Rams Point is my second place, and that's my third place. But
Ram's Head. Was it Ram's Head or something like that? Yeah,
I thought it
there was that other
Rams-
one.
It's not Rams Point, is it?
I don't know because remember we had Hard Truth that was from Indiana.
But regardless, out of the three
Yeah.
peanut butter, I think they're all good. I could drink this every fucking show and be fine with it.
Yeah.
But like I said, this would be my third place, and then the Rams Point or whatever the fuck it's called, and then the Screwball.
So Dave, this is your first time having it. What do you think of it?
I think it's actually pretty decent. I'm just wondering if, because it's peanut butter whiskey, if you put it in the fridge, you think it thickens up?
A little
It
bit.
might.
It does a
It
little
might.
bit.
No, that was a peanut butter in the fridge.
Oh,
jar.
yeah.
Come on, man. So that was a yeah.
Well, no, because
I was
and
like-
what's funny is ever since these kind of
We're serious about liquor around here.
ever since these liquors started coming out with the different flavors and stuff, what you're seeing is a bunch of people make different drinks of them. Like Janelle actually makes a shot out of Screwball with pineapple juice that tastes like a Butterfinger. So it's like
we never. I never did try that.
everybody has these recipes they make. I'll tell you this that I always keep tequila in the freezer. I don't know if that's a thing for everybody. I've always done that, but I mean, this might be if you chill this shit the way you chill like Jägermeister or the way I chill tequila, it might be. Who knows?
I've never liked liquor out of the freezer. I
Really?
do not like that cold feeling going all the way down.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you there, Bushy.
I just it's like it tickles all the way to my belly. I don't fucking want that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and that's the reason why I think I started putting tequila in the freezer is because of some whoever it was, because I've never been a huge tequila person, and whoever it was that introduced me to or that had me to either start stocking tequila or whatever
Was
here,
like, you need to chill this.
yeah, put it in the freezer, and so that's where it's at. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, to me, if I drink a whole lot of tequila, some fucked up shit's gonna happen. So I try not to do that.
Yeah, no.
And it's weird how people are because you were a tequila guy when I met you. And
Rum.
like, oh yeah, but didn't you used to when we had the
Well, I'll
pool
drink-
party,
I- yeah, I mean-
you brought a handle of tequila over, and you're like, yeah, I fucking love tequila. But
Okay, I
tequila
mean,
doesn't affect you that way, right?
That was probably for the ladies.
well, no, but you're right. Like tequila, don't like. I've never had like a crazy night on tequila.
You're
It's
doing it wrong.
I just get a good buzz on it. It gives me a jolly buzz, you know.
Like I got Mexican buddies who like kind of schooled me in the whole tequila thing. That like the way that we are in this country about bourbon is the way they are about tequila. There's different distilling methods. There's different types of agave. There's all these different things that they do. With and so that's the way that different regions of Mexico have different tequilas. And I'm like, so that made me like want to actually try some of it. But it's just a flavor of it to me. I've always been a whiskey guy all the way back to like when I was touring and I had the Jack Daniel's sponsorship, and it was like I drink whiskey hot, cold, ice with Coke, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm a whiskey guy. But so different types of liquor have always had like some sort of a connection to me with something else. Like you're a rum guy. Rum and Coke was what when we were making the first Omnibus record, my buddy's studio, he had this studio in Apopka, and he had Captain Morgan, a handle of Captain Morgan, and a shit ton of Coke, and that's what we drank all the time while we were making that record. So anytime I drink rum and Coke, I remember that. It transports me back to 25 years ago. Vodka, I've never really had like a connection to vodka, but I had a period of time where I was doing vodka ginger ale.
Well, like
because of John Prine. It was a John Prine thing.
Well, like I literally just said last show when I was walking in last time or whatever, I was like, I really have come to love this fucking vodka and cherry splash ginger ale.
Yeah.
And it's like, just like you're saying, I just associate it with the show now, the flavor of this particular drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to say, as far as vodka goes, I've never really been big on vodka, except when I was a teenager, because that's what my mom had in the freezer.
Yeah.
So,
I drink like a mom.
Other than that, what? A lot?
Yeah.
So you're like, it's 9 a.m. somewhere.
Well, I just think it's funny that I sit here and I'm kind of like snobby and give all these liquors rankings and everything, and I will literally drink anything you put in front of me. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
No, I mean, the way my mom still drinks vodka. My mom's Scottish, man. She's a mean little Scottish woman. I hope she'll watch this, but she's like all about the goose, and I'm like, no, dude. I'm like, when she sends me to the liquor store, I'm like, dude, she's like, get the handle, man. Don't play around. She's Scottish, And
yeah.
and I'm like $54, and I'm like, I was still raised Scottish, so I'll take a penny and turn it into a piece of copper wire.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, hell no. So I ended up bringing back like 10 different bottles of just 750s back, because I thought, and I initially thought I should just get handles. I won't order. I won't look at anything there that's not available on handles, because I know her. But yeah, no, and so I went through and I ended up getting all these, and then I'm like, hey,
just try them all.
yeah, I'm like try each one of them. I'm like blind test it at our bar. I'm going just blind taste.
I was going to tell you, as a
And,
vodka guy, Grey Goose is not impressive. Like,
No,
personally,
it's-
it is not good. It is
it's-
not one of the best.
It's weird. I grew up. She was a Stoli, a Stoli girl, and I was
Stoli
like,
Schneider is
I
still
was like,
fucking great.
I loved stealing it from her. So
I'm telling you
But,
that I've been drinking this Svedka now for years, and I think it's just as good, or if not better, than any of the Vox or
yeah, but
Belvedere. Or
isn't that that's an actual Polish one, isn't it?
Zedka, I think, is a Polish.
Yeah.
well, but what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, it's like the cheaper. I mean, it's
It
on
is.
the
It's
cheaper
not.
side.
It's not expensive. It's a budget brand, but it's like
Yeah.
it's like $21 for like a 175. But like if you taste that next to like Tito's or whatever, it's
It's
just as
I
good,
think
which
it's
is crazy.
Maybe even a little
But
smoother.
I like how
I've-
you said Tito's. Like that's a really good tasting one.
Well, no, but Tito's.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I because I'm not a vodka guy, I can drink Tito's straight, and I think that's kind of what they're going for with Tito's. Is they want it. They tried to make it smooth enough you could drink it straight. But to me, like if vodka, I'm drinking vodka straight. Like you're a contract killer.
yeah, no, I mean, I like vodka, but it's only because it goes and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here thinking, I'm trying to think how much vodka I've bought in my life because of my ex-wife. So, and then I'm thinking, yeah, then you brought the whole killer thing up, and I thought, oh yeah, no, it makes sense. That
That
makes
checks
sense.
out. Yeah.
I'm like, well, I didn't put that together till now, and I'm looking at my mom.
Funny
I'm
story
like,
is,
like,
Do you know what?
What
If
the
you
hell,
look up
man?
like the bar, what do they? I can't remember what it's called now, but the whole like the cocktail recipe book that's like the one that goes all the way back to like Waldorf Astoria and shit
Okay.
like that. There's obviously there wasn't names for cocktails like a straight whiskey on the rocks or something like that. It was just whiskey on the rocks.
Right.
Now the names have changed with the modernized bartender Bible or whatever.
Okay.
You know what a straight vodka on the rocks is called?
No, and I don't like the fact it's not called a straight vodka on the rocks.
It's called a retired stripper.
Okay, I'm okay with it now. Although, no, I take it back. I'm not okay with it. I don't want to.
Yeah, I was going to say, come on, man, you got to find something better than that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
that's what it's called in the Bible.
If you walk up, you're like, I'll take that vodka on the straight on the rocks. I hate when people do that in bars, and they're like, I want this shot straight up on the rocks, and you're like,
No, it's either
not-
straight up or
that's
on the
not
rocks.
the way
Yeah,
it
yeah.
works.
Yeah.
When you said straight vodka, I'm going, okay, that makes sense. But in my brain, I'm going straight up. I'm like, someone slapped this bitch.
Yeah.
So, come on, let me check your ID again. But yeah, I just don't, I don't see it. And also, if I said that, and then they were like, yeah, it's like a retired stripper, and I'm like, nah, I'd prefer them still working because when they got to retire.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm just trying to say.
but, when they finally get when they finally finish school. So,
Yeah.
so
Man,
It's sad every time a stripper graduates.
you
I
always
over.
lose the good ones.
Every
Summer's over, guys.
every time a stripper graduates, an angel gets their wings.
I was going to say an angel dies, but I mean that's fine. It's like you see, we're on two different spectrums, bro.
We cover all the spectrums here.
So Metal Joe is in the comments, and he said, "Have you ever tried a Lemmy?" And a Lemmy is
Sounds like a weird sex move.
well, no, Lemmy from Motorhead,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Obviously, everyone knows Lemmy. So Lemmy's drink is literally you take a glass like this, you fill it up. You basically fill it halfway up with ice, you fill it all the way up with whiskey, and then you splash Diet Coke on top, and that's a Lemmy.
Okay.
So yes, I have had a Lemmy before, Metal Joe. That's not sustainable. I cannot drink those all night long and still make it to the last band.
What about
But yes, I have.
What about you, Bush? You ever done that where it's just straight up whiskey on the rocks, and then
Oh yeah.
splash.
Yep.
Yeah, I've never done that with Diet Coke because I'm not a quitter.
Right.
I'm not.
Like I said, did you miss the part I said I'll drink anything that's put in front of me?
So
Well, that's the same way I am. Everybody's
But
like,
so-
what's your preference? You got them, and then people are like,
Now if
"Well,
it's
try
Diet,
that."
if
I'm like,
it's Diet
"Okay."
Coke, I am gonna go ew.
So what's funny is that when we talk about whiskey, so there was a period of time where you drank like handles of beam and shit, like, but that was mostly it was almost like
That was when I
an
was
endurance contest.
that was like when I was like 17.
yeah,
Animal, man. I couldn't even do that at
it's an
17.
endurance
Dude,
contest.
me and my buddy Justin were alcoholics, and at one point, at like you said something about 9 a.m, maybe it was like when it opened, we went and got a handle of beam, and we decided to go shot for shot until one of us gave up.
Yeah, I'm not. You're pushing that towards me.
Well-
I don't turn drinks down.
Well, here's the sick thing: neither one of us gave up. So at 9 a.m, we went shot for shot for an entire fucking handle of beam, and it was only about that much left in the bottom before we both had alcohol poisoning. It was.
So
No, that'll
you
do
obviously weren't the size you.
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
This is back when like I said, I'm probably 17, 18. So I was probably like 180, 190 pounds.
Man, that
Little
never-
guy.
never stopped me, man.
yeah.
But yeah, it was bad. I do not enjoy alcohol poisoning.
Yeah,
I've had.
I don't believe in that. Just go in the backyard and just let it all back out and lay.
Oh,
in
I've
it for
never,
a minute,
I've never
get
been
back
to,
up
I've never
and
been to the
get
hospital
back
for
to
it.
So
I'm going to admit something that this is embarrassing, but
That's what we do here.
because that's what we're in business for.
Yeah.
So there was a video game back in the day. I don't know if you guys remember Leisure Suit Larry.
I remember the name. I don't think I played it.
Okay. So Leisure Suit Larry was a video game. It was probably the first like adult type video game. And this guy was basically just a guy in a leisure suit, was a super fucking creep. And he would hang out at these fucking bars and casinos and try to pick chicks up. And the whole objective of the game was to get laid. So, of course, when you're like 17, 18, 19 years old, you're like, this is the best fucking game ever, right? Well, in that
so
game,
realistic.
when you would get there would be games where you would have to play like quarters against a girl
Okay.
to win this like mini game.
Right.
Well, if you got too fucked up, then all of your like pickup lines would be fucking gibberish.
Okay.
So then the way that to get undrunk was you had to go outside and take a piss in public but not get arrested. But then when you would piss, it would be like they would show your like drunk meter, and as you would piss, the drunk meter would go down.
That's not the way that works.
yeah,
And when I
literally
got-
about to say the same thing, I'm waiting for it to finish, and I was like,
Yeah.
When I got older, I would be like fucking hammered. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go take a piss. I'm like, God damn, Legion Suit Larry lied to me. I am still as drunk.
Or even just being in there like, man, how cool would it be if I could just pee myself? Cool and terrible.
yeah,
You know?
no, it'd be great because you'd be like, no, I'm gonna stay screwed up, man. I'm gonna stay messed
Just hold
up,
it.
you
Yeah,
know?
you
And I'm
just-
like, people are like, you look like I'm gonna do the pee-pee dance, and I'm gonna do it really good because I'm hammered, bro.
It only takes me 3 beers to get drunk, but I can't go pee for the rest of the night.
Exactly. You know? You're just like, screw it. I'm down this 6-pack of O'Doul's, man. It's got 0.001. You know? And
If you were someone like that
roll
with a
with it,
small
man.
bladder, you go through like $600 a night at the bar. Fuck! I can't get drunk.
that'd be yeah. Come to think of that, would be awful. You know.
Yeah.
Oh,
if,
yeah.
If you had to pee, you couldn't hold it.
I was thinking it'd be great because I'd be like, oh, that's it. I ain't peeing for the next week, you know, and just stay at that level.
So since you brought that up, I think I may have mentioned this at one point on the show before or whatever. I get all kinds of fucking messages and requests from people when I talk about it. So the whole like wrestling history of my family and all that stuff, right? So when I was a kid growing up, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, NWO, that guy was one of my dad's buddies from the gym. So I met all these wrestlers and we hung out with and met all these wrestlers back in the day. I used to hear these crazy stories, right? So when you're talking about how much money it would cost to get drunk if you were, had a bladder like that, right? Have you
Andre
ever
the
heard the
Giant.
story? Andre the Giant.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever hear how many beers that he would drink in a night?
Nope.
Have you heard, Dave?
Yeah, I heard, and all I have to say is the other day I ended up it's at a store and grabbed a 6-pack of Corona because they didn't have what I normally drink, and then I got home and I was like, damn, I'm Andre the Giant because they were 7 ounces.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, I was like,
So you've seen the picture of his hand with the beer
yeah,
can in it?
yeah, no, I literally was like, what the hell's going on here? You know? So, and then then the next day I read it and I was like, well, this is trash. So,
Yeah. He would drink 122 beers in a night in order to get drunk.
Man, that's an animal.
Can you imagine? Dude, he was 7'4", 521 pounds. When you think about that, we see big people in sports all the time. Like Victor Wembanyama is like 7'7" that plays for the Spurs. He's 7'7", but he's really slim.
I'm going to be real with you.
A man that size, that is insanity.
I always think of weird shit. And I'm going to be real. Even at my size, I could go for a bigger toilet. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not saying it's like hard to hit the target or anything, but it's not fun to sit on a teeny little thing. Like where my bones are and my ass is on like that edge.
Yeah.
You know, it's not in the comfortable curvature of the seat.
See?
And I can only imagine Andre the Giant. It must have just been like a little, like, you know, the eye wash things, the little glass eye wash.
Yeah.
It was like that, but on his butthole. You know what I mean? It's just, it was more like a porcelain suppository.
I'm gonna give you credit for not going where I thought you were going with this.
Yeah, I was gonna tell him that I think that it's a good idea, but I was initially thinking a bigger toilet. I was like, I bought one of the tallest ones because, you know, I got giraffe legs, and I was like,
but they're not.
No,
like
I understand,
bigger.
but then you're like, no, because it's the width, and I'm like, oh yeah. No, I don't have a problem. As long as you pull it out and it drops in the water, you're good. You're not making a mess,
right? But I'm just talking for the comfort. When you got, you know, one that's taking you a little bit, and you want to, you know, look at fucking shit on your phone for 20 minutes or so. My legs fall asleep, and it's because that shit is tiny. You know,
I thought you were going to go with.
It has nothing to do with the weight pushing down on.
Well,
that.
yeah, but guess what? If you had a bigger, wider seat, the weight doesn't matter. We live in America, goddammit. Why are our toilets not bigger?
Because our fridges are big and we have air conditioning. So let's take what we can. Let's take like.
No, I want bigger toilets. I want it all. This is America.
I thought you were going with.
I'm going to get a bigger toilet, and on the side of it, I'm getting rid of the world is mine.
You're going to have the Scarface toilet.
Scarface toilet.
You're going to be like, now I got this wooden toilet seat. I need the world is mine and a big old globe engraved on it and bring it on over. And be like,
well, then when you sit on it for too long and you stand up, you got the world is mine in red letters on your ass.
That's the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Then you're like, you ready, babe?
Eat my ass and look at these letters. Don't get pink.
I haven't watched a lot. I haven't watched a lot of the podcasts. I've watched a couple and stuff like that. I don't know how dark this is going to get here, especially with me. I was going to tell you guys, hey man, you need to say, whoa, take a break, man.
No.
And I'm I'm sitting here listening now, and I'm going, oh, I ain't worried.
No, you're good. You're good.
What was it back? You know, I'm not sure your age. I know his age, a little bit younger than me. I'm older than dirt.
He's just a little bit older than me. Yeah,
younger than you.
Younger than me. Yeah, younger than me. Yeah.
So here's a good joke. I'm older than dirt. But
I hear that a lot. Yeah, I get that a lot. But here's what's funny.
Hold on,
where I thought go good.
No, man, he can go on.
Where I thought you were going with it,
I started to laugh, so it left me. I'm a professional.
Where I thought you were going with it, I'll relate this to a story that Big T said. Something Big T said to me. My best friend Big T, Little Odd. He was a part of the Ballbusters podcast when I was doing the sports show with Liz Taylor back in the day, and he says he says the dumbest shit, and it's the funniest thing in the fucking world, right? So one time we were watching something, and it was Charlotte Flair, Ric Flair's daughter, right? She's the queen. She's a big time thing in wrestling too. Multiple time, you know. Obviously, wrestling is predetermined, but
what
huge character. She's a champion, women's champion, and she's a former NCAA college volleyball champion. So you can think about the physique of this person, right?
Right.
And I was like, dude, she's so fucking hot, dude. And Todd was like, I don't know, man. All that muscle structure and everything. I was like, dude, you like soccer chicks. They're all muscle, right? And he's like, yeah, but they're not that size.
No,
he goes, can you imagine what she would do to your fucking toilet? And I'm like, that's what I thought you were going with the Andre thing.
No, that's way
this
too
guy would
obvious.
take a shit that would fucking fill up a Home Depot bucket.
You should know me well enough. I'm going with something as abstract as possible.
Yeah, you bring him
but also personal and relatable and slightly true. I want a bigger toilet, and that's what all this came from.
He's emphasizing slightly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to plant the seed in some.
There's no slightly with you. Come on, man.
Somebody's gonna hear this and go,
here.
If only we knew an engineer.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what? Hey,
I actually hold up. I'm pretty decent at gas flow. I just don't know about the solid stuff. You know, so.
Bro. All you got to do is just look at the fucking prison toilets and make me a bigger one. They're all made out of metal. It's all stainless.
Next time I'm in there,
No, those don't have seats on them though.
Even better. Just mold the metal where it holds you good.
Then he doesn't have to hear about did you put it back down?
Yeah, there's no lift in it.
Get rid of the whole thing. Just pressure wash that son of a bitch. If it gets cold, it gets dirty. Just pressure wash it.
Yeah.
But imagine on a nice. I know that you're from Florida. I'm from Florida and stuff like that. People are like, "Oh, you guys, we have beautiful weather year round." And I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. Our 110% humidity at 36 degrees is cold, and it doesn't matter. Our houses are not built for retaining heat. They're built for removing heat. And so even if your heater on full blast, a stainless steel toilet, oh hell no, dude. I'd literally have to get in the shower, turn the hot water on, steam that bitch up, man, get some humidity in there. No,
I'm dead inside. I wouldn't feel it.
Man, I was no, what he just said is that that's the part that people don't get. So I was in Philadelphia in November of 2002. We were making a record up there at the time at the Norristown Studios, which just for all those listening, the kind of cool like history of Philadelphia is Norristown is industrial district of Philadelphia, and they have like it's this whole area of these like giant red brick warehouses. It's the cool, like for people who are into like that old architecture of like the big cities in America. Those things were all built like 150, 200 years ago.
Ooh,
but
leather
these
wrap toilet
giant fucking red brick warehouses. And in one of those warehouses, Andy Kravitz, who was the funky drummer from Cypress Hill, he had a studio there. We were making a record there. And it was in November. And the temperature was like 17 or 18 degrees outside, right?
Yep.
And the people from Philly that were hanging out with us, they all had jackets on and hats and stuff. And I'm out in the fucking front yard drinking with these guys, and I'm wearing jeans and a sweatshirt. And they're like, "You're not cold?" I'm like, "No, like this isn't cold to me." It was so dry of a cold that to me it didn't feel all that cold.
So
and I'm like, when people come down here and they go, "Oh, this Florida's not cold. Whoa, we got to 36 and you're bitching." It's 36. And think about if you were soaking wet coming out of a shower and walking into 36, that's what it feels like here.
My entire extended family is from upstate New York. They all have property in the Adirondack Mountains. And I've been up there several times. And every time I'm up there, I'm running around in shorts and a fucking tank top in the snow. It is not cold.
Right.
It's just really not.
No, I did that, man. In the early 90s, my dad had a 213 acre goat and cattle ranch up in Missouri, and I was in and out of jail, and he was like to keep me from ending up in jail the rest of my life. He was like, "Help me work on this 1870s house," and I was like, "All right." So I got up there a week later. He left and just left my ass, and he's like, "Run the farm." Yeah, so
run the farm.
And I was like, "What?" And I was like, "So 2.5."
It's hard to go to jail when you're so fucking
almost
busy.
2.5 years. And he's like, and I was like, and he took the batteries out of the truck. And I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to do it? Like, I was like, man, you did me dirty. But
that's fucking.
You're like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, that's a goat, Dave.
No, I'm old Florida, man. We've always had goats. We've always had horses, goats, orange groves, all this other stuff up until like the smallest piece of property. I went from over 200 acres to the house that I live in now, you know? And, and everybody goes, what happened? And I'm like, whatever. Life choices. Yeah. But yeah, no, when I was up there and everybody was looking and I think the most beautiful part about it was it got down to that freezing level. It snowed and it was the worst winter they had in 60 years. And I'm gonna tell you, it did get to my bones because I'm from the swamp and it was dry. And I was like, my biggest problem was that my skin actually cracked open because it was so dry.
Oh yeah.
And then everybody's like, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "No." I'm like, the cold's not killing me. The cold's not bugging me at all. I'm like,
the dryness.
I was like, it's bugging me where I actually have open cracks from like my knees all the way up to my throat. And they're like, "What?" And I'm like, this is so dry. And they're like, "You're all right." I said, "Now I will say this, after that left, summer came. It hit 82 degrees up there. They were all dying. And I was like, dude, I'm going to lay in the field and stare at this damn sun. And I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. And then a month later, it hadn't rained at all. Next thing you know, I was back to chapped lips and broken skin everywhere. It was like, "You going to make it?" And I'm like, no, I'm a lizard person, man. I was like, I need to get back to a swamp, man. I was like,
If the
Other
choice is being really fucking cold because there's too much humidity and a bunch of cracked lips and fingers and shit, I'll take the moisture. I'll take the cold.
I like how you
can't-
paused on the crack, and then no, I'm kidding.
Crack.
Yeah, no,
Anything
I don't. Now everybody always goes. Everybody always talks to me, and they're always like, I bring it up, and I say, I'm like, I'm actually from down here, and I don't really care for going anywhere up north, so I don't go further north than Lake Monroe. I say that, but I will end up like Daytona if she's pretty enough.
Yeah.
And then I do have to have some parts coated
You strike
up.
me as a fella who knows what the Cabbage Patch is.
I do know the Cabbage Patch, so I do know the Cabbage Patch. I haven't been out there in a long time. I was like,
That's the tattoo on his other shoulder blade.
That's the other shoulder blade has a Sky Wizard. It's all.
My bad.
So,
What's the difference between the Sky Wizard and the regular wizard?
I was really drunk, and my tattoo artist was on shrooms, and we were like, "Let's cover up this dragon from 1990." And I was like, "Yeah, man, let's do it, dude." You know, 'cause I'm from Florida. So
I can't talk shit because I've still got my dragon from 1990.
But does it look like the side of a van from the 70s? Because I did
It's bad.
I
It's
did
bad.
a D&D thing when I was a kid, and I was like, oh hell yeah, my brother he was a 6th grade, he drew a dragon. I'm like, I'm this shit tattooed on me. It's my older brother. So if you think about it, you're like, you did what? And I'm like, it's sentimental. So even my tattoo artist, he's like, hey man, we're gonna cover that up. And I'm like, no, we ain't covering that up, man. We could be messing with my brother's artwork, dude. And then I got hammered, and he was like, I'm so high on shrooms, bro. Can I just put a Sky Wizard someplace? And I was like, you gonna incorporate the dragon? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, right. And then my entire back, he was just markering it up with like all fruity colors and stuff. And he's like, what do you think? And I was like, dude, fucking do it. I don't even know what was going on. And next thing you know, I still have a dragon.
Right.
It's going over a big old like burned up keep, and it's actually an alligator head with horns because he's from Pittsburgh. So he's like, this is the dragon, and I'm like, hell yeah, dude.
The dragon,
So- Yeah, no, I think one of the best things is I was like, do all this shit. and then-
If you ever read a memoir, it's got to be called The Dragon,
I think the best part is, man. So I was doing some of those things you find out in the cow pasture. I don't know what I can say on the damn podcast.
Yeah, mushrooms.
Yeah, straight up mushrooms. They were the albino blue cats. The sky turned digital, but
The sky turned to dicks.
digital, man. I was like, everybody's like, it's gonna be weird. You're gonna see a different reality. I'm like, no, I'm not. And then I was like, this is doing shit. So I just kept eating them. And then I was like, oh, I've met a god.
Apparently you didn't have the person there to explain to you that it's a poison. It has to enter your bloodstream. So it takes a while after you get to start.
I'm a very impatient person.
Okay.
I own a company. I'm like, hey, look, I know it's 6 weeks of work, so why isn't it done today? So, but the most messed up thing is the girl that I'm dating, and I'm doing that stuff with the girl I'm with or whatever, all of a sudden says, hold up, I gotta see, like, take your shirt off, I gotta see your back. And I'm like, why? And she's like, man, I gotta see what the fuck Ken was thinking. And I'm like, okay, right on, tell me about it. And
Tell me
like,
that's behind me.
I take my shirt off, and she's like, oh shit, I see it. And I'm like, what do you see? As I eat more, I'm like, I gotta catch up. I'm like, and then I'm like, oh man, my tolerance is really good for a little bit longer than it should be. So, and then it catches up, and you're like, oh shit, man, I really.
I like that. You're like, I'm going to get so high, I'll be able to see my back. I just float above myself.
and that night I pretty much did. So,
I did.
I was standing in the backyard staring at the sun coming up in my underwear going, wow. And my new neighbors are probably going, what the
I floated above myself, looking down on myself on medical grade nitrous. So that was fun. Floating over yourself is cool as hell. It is.
Hey man, text me what you had because I haven't been there yet. So.
Like I said, it was medical grade nitrous. It was a big fucking. My buddy, his hand. We were hitting it so hard and for so long, his hand froze to the nozzle.
There's a fucking story that Sam Kennison tells about medical grade nitrous.
It's serious.
Which I don't know if you've heard this story before, but he said he got this idea. He was doing nitrous one day, and he's like, dude, he goes, and this was when he was at his height, right? So he's like, he found a fucking dentist in Los Angeles that would sell him tanks of nitrous from the dentist, from his practice, and he was doing nitrous, and he's like, this is the best feeling ever. He's like, the only way this could be better is if I did nitrous while I got a blowjob. And he was dating Jessica Hahn at the time. So he goes to Jessica Hahn and he's like, I'm going to do this nitrous and then I want you to blow me. And he goes, well, what I didn't figure out was that as I was doing the nitrous, shit down here like got disconnected and this wasn't working. He says, and so I just kept doing more nitrous, thinking that the nitrous was going to power up my dick like Mario and make that fucking thing go.
No.
He goes, and it didn't happen. He goes, all that happened was I got higher than God. He's like, and he goes, I'm looking at her and staring at my flaccid penis while I floated past God while he tried to grab my ankle going, hey, you get back here. No one gets higher than me.
I feel like I've done a disservice. We've done a few already, right?
No, I don't think so. Oh no, we talked about shit. I mean, does that
No,
count?
it has to be like cum or like sexual body fluid related.
I don't think we've had one yet, but I
Really?
appreciate the bell. Yeah, I don't think
we
we've talked about come yet. I mean, we can't force it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Well, then I apologize if that was a premature cum bell. You never want to be premature with your cum bell.
It's always too late. So.
So we've gotten into this. So this went from the whiskey and all this to talking about
Sky Wizards.
It's Sky Wizard and stuff. So our guest in the studio here, Dave. So Dave is a machinist. I guess you'd say that would be an engineer or a machinist.
No. It's hard to say. Manufacturing engineer or machinist. You want something made. You're like, hey, we're missing this thing out of here. I got an idea, and you chicken scratch the shit and you give it to me. And then I go, okay. And I do engineering on it, but the biggest thing is that, I'll literally go through a machine and just go ahead and make it and say, let's try this. So.
And if that works,
correct me if I'm wrong, because I even asked like out on the back porch and stuff. Okay, so you're a machinist. Okay, so you're a engineer, and kind of both times you're like, not. So are the reason you're neither of those is because you encompass all of those and maybe even a little more. Like
I'm not paper trained, but down here in Florida, you don't get paper trained. And I do remember working with a guy from Ohio that got really upset about, hey, all you guys, he's like my neighbor from Apopka. They don't even, all five of them couldn't even have a high school diploma with the credits they got. And I was like, well, I never got a high school diploma. I never got one credit in high school. And they're like, what'd you do? And I was like, I went to work at 12. And I started to manufacture gun parts and I say manufacture or repair or whatever. And then also we had ranches and we had farms and stuff like that. So, tractors, trucks, whatever it was, it didn't matter. You just make it work, figure it out.
So what you're saying is you're more just kind of like you're not a titled on paper enginer.
No, I'm not titled, but I've been I've made professionally over the last 25 years. Yeah, 25, 30 years. I've been paid as I've got acting supervisor, but I've always been lead tool maker, not die maker. Like I said, I've made dies, setter, programmer, run setup crews, do everything like that. I've had my own shop on the side. There's been ups and downs on it. I've always kept it open, regardless in a shop. If it's not in a shop, if I got to move back to the house and take a couple machines or whatever and say, keep it going. But yeah, no, I do. And then the gas flow, I worked in turbines for a decade and set them up, did everything. I've developed muzzle devices.
Turbines for what?
Gas power generation. So, the things where it's like Inconol, they're like 12-foot round pieces that $1.2 million in Inconol you're cutting, you're going to be doing them. Like initially when I went to work for the last company I worked for, it was 28 days. I got it down to 13 days because they didn't know what they were doing. So, or they knew what they were doing. They just didn't
No, for sure. And just so you know,
I don't mind taking chances with other people's machines. It's fine. My machines, right. I'm like, whoa, slow the hell down, dude. So I'm like, we're gonna keep this. It's doing good, man. Don't you? No,
and usually the best people I ever worked with were not stereotypically trained. Yeah. When I went to welding school, the best welder that we had in there was a guy who was about 17 years old, and he was a third generation welder. And it really pissed the teacher off that he was better than the teacher, even at 17 years old. And I actually ended up being at odds with the teacher, but I was friends with this kid, and all my welding stuff that I actually learned from this 17-year-old who was a third generation welder who wasn't certified. But this motherfucker would show up to work and he'd have a whole a brand new, gorgeous aluminum rack on his truck. You know, we're talking about one that goes all the way up to the level of the cab. You know, all
because
custom.
he sees something.
He's like, oh yeah, we built that last night, and it looks like something that is nicer than you would buy off of the best, you know, place you could get it. I mean, his welding skills were insane.
Farm boys.
That's the lineage I
people.
came from. So like my dad, because we had my dad on the show with Aaron Fector from Showbiz, and Aaron Fector was the same thing. Aaron learned how to build animatronics from just figuring out, oh, that looks cool. How can I make that happen?
Yep.
You know, when he built Whack-A-Mole, he told the story. He invented Whack-A-Mole because it was another game that was made by these Japanese game makers that never wouldn't work, and they couldn't figure out how to make it work. And he's like, oh shit, if I can make a game an arcade game that does like that, but mine actually works. And that's how Whack-A-Mole came about. And my dad, you know, growing up, my grandfather was the guy that would on the weekends go down to the fucking junkyard. We'll find a car down there. We'll buy it for $100, tow it back to the house, have it running by the end of the weekend, and sell it. You know, and that's kind of the way we came up. Was, you know, if you can see in your eye, in your mind, in your what you want it to be here, then you can make it happen. That's the mechanical intuition is something you can't buy. You can't go to school for that. You either have it or you don't. And if you have it, you can probably make it pretty far without all the education because you just understand it. If it makes sense to you, it makes sense to you.
Perfect example. Just understanding mechanical things and the way they work. I was working at the Art Animation Hotel doing the duct work, and they needed a fire damper that would go in a piece of round pipe and was going vertically.
Yeah.
And apparently that was a big problem and nobody had it. And the day that they decided we needed it, and they were talking about sending it off to or having the engineers come to the job, look at the thing I went over to the Connex on the wall and I drew a little thing, and I was like, I was like, this would work. I was like, all they got to do is this. And I just drew a tube and put the spring and the fusible link and all that shit. And I was like, first of all, I don't understand how this isn't a thing already. Like, I feel like there had to be another application in the entire history of ductwork where they needed a fucking fire damper and a vertical piece of round pipe, you know? So all I did was I drew it out. It took me like 5 minutes. It was 2 months before we got that fucking thing. And the day we got it, I carried it over and held it right next to my drawing on the Connex. It was the exact same fucking thing I drew. and it took engineers and everybody and all this shit 2 months to get it back to us. And I'm like, all you got to do is this.
but the thing is, like, paper trained engineers are very hard to deal with. I mean, I watched the last major company that I worked for. I watched engineers. I went through, we had $60 million of machines, and it's mainly lasers and sinkers and a few mills, CBNs. And when I say sinkers, I'm talking about EDM sinkers. We also had a couple wires in there and stuff like that. The primary thing was to burn stuff into Inconel. And they, at the end, they're trying to do seal slots in between from row tube blades on I think it was a J engine, which at the time was the largest turbine engine that was ever built. And I watched them. I go through and I set I write the program, do the fixtures, get everything set up, man. We go through, I think I went through 7 or 8 machines and over 5 weeks and this is going to the tool room, making the parts, figuring it out, making adjustments. And there's like 5 engineers that have been working for 5 weeks on the final machine. And they were like, could you just take a look at it and see what we're doing wrong? The next day I was running the actual FAI parts, which are first article inspection parts. And they were like, no, it's not possible. You're not running them. We're doing test parts with scrap things. And I'm like, no, we're not. I'm not going to sit here and mess with your games and all this dumb paper train crap and calculating this. And they're looking, they're like, are those welding clamps holding the damn parts? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, how'd you do that? And I'm like, well, we welded the damn things to the part. And I was like, can I put it? And they're like, it basically just big old vice grips. I'm like, I'm not playing. They're like, that looks like nasty shit. You know, I'm like, it is what it is. But when you talked about lineage and stuff like that, I'll go ahead and say this. Where I come from, my great grandfather is Albert Hagenberger, who actually took the Bird of Paradise, the Fokker took a Fokker 3-engine cargo plane, and him and Lester Maitland did the first Pan Pacific flight.
Wow.
And yeah, so those are the people.
What was it? What was the name again?
Albert Hagenberger.
That is a great fucking name.
You can look it up.
You can't be a nerd. Or you can't be a piece of shit if you got a name like
no,
Albert.
no. If your name is
Hagenberg.
Albert Hagenberger, you're doing some cool shit. Like,
No, I will say that this is basically one of the only grandfathers I ever known. He was my step great grandfather or whatever.
Yeah.
But down off of Tuscaloosa, over in Seminole County, when it was all orange groves, in the orange groves, the house that I was kind of not born in, I guess, because we were off of Goldenrod and that back
Winter Park?
Yeah, Winter Park.
Oh, shit. That's where my aunt lives.
So everybody always goes, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "Winter Park." And they're like, "No, but where are you from?" I'm like, "Winter Park." And they're like, "No, but where are you from?" I'm like,
you look. No, if you look kind of maybe more on like the redneck or biker type side, and
I'm 50. The redneck biker type side was the outskirts of Winter Park. So,
okay. See, whenever I knew Winter Park, it was like kind of
yeah, I'm out of beer. So
collegey, more like college kind of town.
coffee to wash it down. So.
We're getting ready to take a break, so you're good. We'll re-up.
I'll bring 2 beers in next
Yeah.
time.
You're learning the podcast game, Dave.
Yep.
Well, it's odd because every time I record at my house with my friends, we always fail at, and we just.
I was just about to say, by this time you guys would already fought, and you'd be getting
No. We'd almost be at that point, and I'd be like, all right, tomorrow I'm replacing the screen because you're going through it. But no, I mean the bikers and everything like that. The way that old Florida is, especially when you go back on the generation, like you got the Grovers and everything like that, and or people are like, it's an orchard, and I'm like, it's a grove. Shut up, dude. We're from Florida. We're not. It ain't apples.
Old Florida,
right. It's
Yeah.
a grove. It's an orange grove.
That's the thing that a lot of people don't understand.
That's like Groveland.
Old Florida is such a again. So Charlie Carlson right here, leaned up, Weird Florida. When you read Charlie's books about Weird Florida, like Florida is so many different things all at the same time. Like when people say a melting pot, a melting pot because we have so many different like types of people and communities here, and
Ages.
I'm like that's part of it. But also what is part of it is that when this state was sort of like developed, you had people coming in who wanted to do, shipping ports, and then there was people that wanted to, to do the hoteling and the tourism, and then you had the groves and the nurseries and all these other things, and so Florida kind of became everything to everyone.
But then you
the
got
whole
like
state,
like my family did all that stuff. We did the back then, like my great grandfather was Army Air Corps, and then he ended up being a general and everything like that in the Air Force. And like I was saying, when he built him and Lester Maitland put the Bird of Paradise together, they did the first Pan Pacific flight, and no one ever gives him credit. He's got the quality award, and I can't remember the other one because drinks.
Yeah.
But,
Yes.
But yeah, I was a little pissed when I was younger, and then in my youth 20s. When they took his stuff down in the Smithsonian and put the aerospace crap up, and I was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
I was like, but they did the first Pan Pacific flight, and then it got overshadowed when Amelia Earhart did it solo because he did it with John Maitland, or John Maitland was a pilot. He was a navigator, and he was also one of the engineers to put the extra 2 engines onto a Fokker cargo plane and then remove everything and say, we'll just throw a bunch of gasoline in it. And he also developed a bunch of stuff and worked with the Wright brothers. But there's a plaque in front of the building in UCF right now. There's a plaque to him dedicated to it. And a lot of people are like, I don't know, I've never heard of him. And I'm like, well, it's Florida that it was Florida people that actually took you across the damn ocean.
That's part of history, though. That's part of the thing about history that's kind of strange is that the more history we compile, some stories get less important and others get more important, and there's no rhyme or reason to that. And I think that's kind of the problem.
Well, I mean, I think the rhyme and reason is winners write history. You know what I mean? So eventually you get to a point where it's just like new stuff happens. There's only so many spots for plaques or whatever, you know, and they're probably going to bring up the more recent or what they consider maybe the higher achievement,
more topical or whatever.
Not that the other achievement was any lesser. It's just like, or maybe it could be as simple as the fact is the museum guy was like, man, that shit's been there for like 12 years.
Or the museum guy's like, I just moved down from New York, so I'm going to go ahead and make changes. No offense. I know that your family came from New York.
No. I'm Florida. I was born in Florida. I'm Florida through and through.
Yeah. I always look at that, and I'm like, Florida always gets short on the stick. People go, you go on YouTube and you're watching this Europeans' first reaction to how old is Florida, and they're like, oh, wait. St. Augustine.
Yeah.
And then they're going, wait, the first, and they're like, but you guys had slavery. And then you go, the first like elected black officials, Florida,
Yeah.
the first free, like 100% free city,
Eatonville.
county,
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah.
And then you go on. It's like Florida leads in almost everything.
Yeah.
First Pan Pacific flight, Florida people. Like
Yeah.
you keep going on, and then you go, well, and we've been overshadowed so much because they say, hey, you're a bunch of crackers. And the problem is because my last horse I had was an actual cracker horse. So so people are like, what? And I'm like, yes, we had cur dogs also, cracker dogs.
Yeah.
And then people go, well, you're just a bunch of backwoods redneck people. And I remember talking.
And you're like, yeah, but we do fancy shit
well,
too.
no, I remember talking to a couple guys, man, after that 2007 crash. And we all end up working in a machine shop, and they're just complaining, and they're going, we're paper trained, we're this, we're a bunch of dumb rednecks down here, we're dumb as shit. And I said, I'm like, what's your problem? And he's like, well, I'm paper trained. And I said, oh man, you got your journeyman card? And he says, yeah. I said, well, you take that to one of the local convenience stores, get yourself a 99-cent cup of coffee, walk up to the counter, put that 99-cent cup of coffee there, show it to them, and you'll only pay 99 cents. Yeah. we don't give a shit. And he goes, but we make thousands of parts. And I'm like, you make hundreds of thousands of parts to get recalled, kill people. And I'm like, down here, we make 2 parts that go to the moon and fucking Mars and can't fail. So I'm like, back off, dude. You know, I'm like, stop knocking Florida. So
yeah. No, and
I'm like,
every time somebody makes a fucking Florida man joke, my first thought was, did Alabama evaporate?
Yeah.
Like, because Alabama's right there, and everyone's like, oh, Florida man. I'm like, Alabama. I mean, yeah.
But
it always goes to Florida, and it makes no sense to me.
Well, you guys know what the actual reason is behind it, right? Like,
because of open news,
Our rules basically make it where like any records, any news stories, anything can be shown across the whole nation. When most other states, it's not that way. They're very private about their shit. Now that being said,
you take a little bit of pride in it, don't you?
I think
I do.
I do for sure. I think all the other states could start showing us their news tomorrow, and Florida's still going to be pretty much where it is. I don't feel like the rankings are going to change any if all of a sudden we started seeing New Hampshire's fucking market district.
No, but you got to think about it, man. Like I used to tell everybody, and I was like, when I first opened my shop in my early 20s and stuff like that, and everybody says, well, what are you doing? And I'm like, here's the American dream. Back then, and we're all close to the same age, so you can think about it. Everybody says, hey, you moved to Florida and retire. Well, we already live in Florida. All we got to do is figure out how to retire.
Right. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I'm like, we're halfway there.
Yeah. We cut the fucking journey in half.
Of course, then Disney's like, we're gonna set the market price on pay, and then it's like, which just makes major corporations go, well, we're gonna make billions in Florida because we're not paying them shit because you can go to the beach. And I remember one of the companies tried to another gun company that they tried to hire me in 2007, 2008, and I was like, what are you high? I'm not gonna come help you with that. And they're like, we're across the street from the beach. And I'm like, can I go swimming and fishing while I'm working?
Right. Do I get paid to go to the beach?
Well, no, but when you get off work, and I'm like, after a 12-hour day, you think that I want to go to the beach and take a swim at 7 p.m. Like, I'm like, you shut the up, like, get the hell out of here, dude. Eat a dick. So,
I will say I did quite a few tile jobs in hotels on the beach, Daytona, and then in Fort Myers on
you're on the beach. Do it for 50%. You're at the beach, bro.
What? Right? No.
You like fishing? You're from Florida.
No.
That's exactly what.
Well, the thing is, you're absolutely right. And I've heard. I was already working as a tile guy, and we just so happened to have. But I will admit, as much as it's funny that it was marketed that way, and obviously nobody with half a brain is going to be like, oh yeah, I should be able to get paid less because I have a view of the beach and everything. Getting paid what I was supposed to get paid and working on the beach was cool as shit.
But if you were getting paid half that, like
no.
My biggest problem is
as a matter of fact, we were getting per diem and they were paying for the hotel, so technically I was getting paid more than normal.
Yeah, man, I remember last time
they bought a lot of alcohol when I worked in Fort Myers.
Last time I was working at a company, they gave us per diem to go down to Boca Raton, and you'd be there for 2 weeks. And I was like, I got a surprise. I came back and the girl I was dating pierced her nipples. So I was like, that was then I realized I was like,
did you engineer nipple rings?
No. I made some, never mind, but
let's just say she could lift up blocks of ice now.
Hey, we're you know what? We'll save that for a different fucking podcast.
We got two-
Hey, I'm
we
working
got
on
two-
getting invited back.
We got 2 more segments.
Oh
But
man.
yeah, you do that, and I was like, I remember, I was like, man, this is the mid '90s, man, and I get a $40 a day per diem. Well, I was a low man on the totem pole. Man, half the dudes getting $70 per diem, and so yeah, man, I spent that on all you can eat shrimp at the strip club. So that and cigarettes. So that was actually humorous. That was one of the first times I was like, man, Florida ain't any different, because I came up in the cattle and the grove, you know, and orange groves and everything like that up here.
Oh yeah.
And I got down to Boca Raton, and I was like, dude, I can't even get smokes or water, you know, because I don't speak Spanish.
Yeah.
I never understood that until then. And I was like, whoa, man, I was isolated in the swamp. Wasn't I? Everybody's always like, Florida's so Spanish. I'm like, no, it's not. Like, everybody talks like Boomhauer and
Yeah.
drinks, you know?
No, it is.
I
It's
was
either
like,
Boomhauer
the hell,
or
dude?
Spanish or a combination of the two.
Speaking
Yeah,
of which,
yeah.
and it was something I was going to say later, but I'll say it now because it's funny. The second season of the reboot of King of the Hill came out this week.
Okay.
I've already watched the whole thing, but there's one part in it where Bill, which you guys familiar with King of the Hill? Okay, so Bill
I'm
has been
basically Bill.
spending.
You mean Bobby's dad?
No, Bill is the
Yeah.
fat old neighbor across the street.
Bobby's dad.
Yeah. Oh,
Look at-
yeah.
look
at
It
that.
was a whole one of the episodes.
Yeah, there's a
But
whole
Bill's
theory
spending
behind
like $200 a session to go to these cuddling therapy sessions,
Mhm.
and they're all trying to tell him, they're like, and Hank's like, listen, Bill, while you were gone, we fixed up your car, so it's nice enough to take people out on dates right now. And he goes, and Bill goes, do you really think there's a woman out there that would want to date me, Hank? And Boomhauer goes, hell yeah, I'm gonna teach you that, take you on sweet nothings.
You just sounded like me on the
It was
third-
so
the third
fucking
segment.
funny. He's like, I'll tell you right now, I'm a country talking about women and on sweet nothings.
Sweet nothing.
That's the fucking best line ever.
Oh, yeah.
And also, this next season, Bobby's not a virgin anymore.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's a good ride. Anyway, all episodes on Hulu streaming right now. So when we come back from the break, there's 2 documentaries that dropped this week I want to tell you guys about and get your take on these 2 stories.
And
Because
then we'll also talk about the Benjamin Kyle one, right?
yes, yes, and I don't think Dave probably doesn't know about that one. but-
Catch me up, darn brother.
all right, we'll catch you up. All right, so well, let's take a quick break. You've been listening to Pop Culture Radio. We will be right back. This is Happy Valley with Sore Spot.
It just seemed like a good. I don't know. Just like a good.
All right, you're listening to Pop Culture Radio. We'll be right back.
Life's not fair. Have you felt neglected? Have your needs been denied? We are currently bringing a class action lawsuit against the news junkie. Have you been denied any of the following? Magnet, shirt, bumper sticker, $50 gift card, badge, chat room impunity, live trivia complaints, self-validation, or otherwise. If you've been wronged, please don't delay. Take back what should have been yours. Join the ASCII class action lawsuit today.
I'm Julian Assange, owner of Julian Assange's Sausage House, located at Flat 3B in the Embassy of Ecuador in London. If you can't get enough of hundreds of thousands of leaked emails about banal topics of insignificance, at least fill up on me sausage. And for dessert, enjoy a conspiracy in 3 delicious flavors. Crooked Clinton coconut, don't deport me bro mango, and hacker's surprise. No surprise here. It's criminally good. Haha. Julian Assange's Sausage House in the Embassy of Ecuador in London. Help pay for me cost of living. Free sausage to Swedes.
If you think having fun at the sports game is sitting on your hands, you need to call me, Jake Berman. Hi, I'm Jake Berman, and I've been getting under the skin of professional ball players the world over for decades. And now, I want to teach you how to heckle like the pros. Cheering on your home team away from home? Hey, do they just breed losers here? It's like this place is a toilet bowl. Or trying to impress a date?
Stop.
You are so bad. You're such a loser. God, I don't know why they even pay you.
Don't call.
I'm Jake Berman, and the next time you go to the ballpark, you'll be that guy. Call 415-239-878-61515. Again, that's 415-239-878-61515. Jake Berman, 415-239-878-61515. I want you to be that guy. 415-239-878-61515. Then pound 10. I'm Jake Berman.
For centuries, humans have pondered their place in the cosmos, waiting for proof of alien life. Until now.
Wow. Are you watching this? Incredible. Incredible.
We listened. For the first time, they have made contact. We are not alone.
Just gonna get this thing off this helmet, yeah? I think it's ripening, you know? I've been fighting in this thing. Fighting in this thing since Pluto. You know what it smells like? Fighting in this thing, it's just recycling in my helmet here. You know what I'm doing.
But were we ready?
Now leaving the European Union, that makes 12. Oh, the humanity.
Hey, come here, pull my finger. Come on, pull my finger. I'm cooking up some hot chili here. Come here, come on, pull my finger. I got a hot one in the tube. Come on, pull it. Hey, Mr. President.
Can humanity survive?
He can't be intelligent life.
Had we built that damned wall.
Tune in to Fartificial Intelligence, only on Orlando's Super TV 3.
Builder's Blocks! Hey, I'm Shay, owner of Builder's Blocks. We get it. January? New Year's resolutions? No one has time for that. Right now at Builder's Blocks with a Z, Central Florida's most ripped gym, we pay you. We literally will pay you and you won't have to work. It's simple. Join and bring 2 friends. Sound easy? It is. We'll even pay you more if those friends bring friends. Stay swole with the pros. Only at Builder's Blocks. Discounts of pre-approved groups of 5 or more.
Sunday, we bring you the first politically correct monster truck rally. Unless, of course, you find that to be inconvenient, in which case we'll have a matinee on Tuesday. Featuring such non-offensive sports vehicles as appropriately sized foot, mild-mannered canine, funeral service worker, and son of funeral service worker, who, although slightly younger, still gets paid a living wage. And current DC Truck Rally champion. I'm okay with our country having a black president. Price admission includes the entire seat, but you'll only need the edge. Sunday. Try to respect the wishes of our neighbors and keep the noise down.
You enjoying the game? It's a nice day. A little hot.
God, Dad, shut up already.
What did he say? God, I can't make that out. I'm trying to. I mean, we should chant along.
You're
But
gonna embarrass me.
I'm just trying to sing along.
At a soccer match, but feeling a little left out. We've all been there before. If this is your first time watching soccer, we can help with the new app, Soccer Dad. With Soccer Dad, our patented algorithm will scan the crowd to pair it with your local team's custom songs. Turns into
Your sock has a hole.
Wow, that sounds a lot less aggressive than them.
Well, what about this classic?
Your neighbors drive.
Hey, our neighbors do drive a car.
You are so stupid, Dad. I hate you.
I'm just trying to be your friend.
Soccer Dad. We can't make your kids like you, but we'll try. from the makers of Sicker. Now, from Future Entertech comes the latest killer app, Sicker, taking care of your tomorrow, today. Call in sick while avoiding accountability.
I couldn't believe it. I had this super hot guy stay over, and I just couldn't even. All I had to do was answer a few simple prompts.
Dear boss, with my deepest regrets, I, Angela, am unable to perform my duties today due to...
No, sick, stomach, headache, I'm sick.
Sincerely,
Angela.
Sicker's patent-pending algorithm is designed to get you a hassle-free day off whenever you need it.
I woke up with a case of anal glaucoma. You know, I couldn't see my ass going to work today. Let me tell you, sick is a real life changer.
dear boss, with my deepest regrets, I am unable to perform my duties today due to... Sincerely,
Sicker, taking care of your tomorrow, today.
do you like pudding? I mean, really like pudding? Have we got the palace for you? Built on repurposed Native American lands, Pudding Palace boasts the most name brands and well-known traditional gelatins from every country on Earth. Our Yelp reviewers speak for themselves. What about you there in the sweatpants?
My mom drops me off like twice a week. It's awesome. I'm 45.
And what about you, little lady?
I came here looking for love. I found pudding.
Hey, buddy, what's your favorite part of the Pudding Palace?
Sneeze guards. Talk about elegance. I felt like I was in an actual palace.
All right, I see a bit of a line. Good. Okay, getting kind of busy here. Let's just go and see what's going on around the corner over here. And hey, sweetheart, what do you think of Pudding Palace?
I never knew pudding could be so fancy.
Well, there you go. As you can see, we got nothing but
Seriously?
satisfied customers here at the Pudding Palace.
And my check was for
Nope,
$65?
nope. Focus on me.
What sort of mother?
Brandon.
It's down.
Oh, someone doesn't have our rewards card. Come on down to Pudding Palace. Pudding Palace, where pudding kings are born.
Coming soon to the parking lot of a mid-level amphitheater near you, it's the Out of Touch Music Festival. Do you like spending the entire day in the hot sun thinking, oh yeah, I remember them. They toured for over 30 years, and now you'll wait over 30 minutes to hear that one song. They couldn't replicate their initial success, but they didn't break up. Each act guaranteed to have at least one original member. The Out of Touch Music Festival. It's not that new music is bad or you're too old. It's both.
The war on vending machines is hitting closer to home. It's hitting the workplace. Salutations! My name is Dr. Patience McCracknuts, PhD. Reap the benefits of healthy living with Dr. McCracknuts' line of tasty vending comestibles. And because Dr. McCracknuts knows a thing or two about those mid-afternoon doldrums and lethargy, we have started dispersing vitamin B12 syringes in all of our vending machines. Lift your spirits and carry on, ladies and gents. Your hunger just met its worst nightmare. Dr. McCracknuts.
Coming to a vending machine near you.
I often wonder what kind of a future we're going to leave behind for the children, you know?
Hey, John.
Howdy, Bell. You all right?
This is John. He's been a Continental truck driver for over 35 years.
They said, basically, you can't have the trees no more, can't chop them. There ain't none left, which I know is false. I pass them by every day, driving.
Recent congressional hearings have decimated his trucking routes, carrying precious timber from Washington State to Washington, D.C.
They call it damaging the earth. What about me? I need to feed my kids, and that's by driving a truck filled with lumber. The future concerns me right now, if I have enough money to feed my kids, yeah?
Environmental groups are petitioning against American jobs at an alarming rate, citing global climate change on so-called deforestation. Tell your state senator that American jobs are more important than trees. The planet can wait. John can't.
This message paid for by Americans for Work.
Hurricane, but her won't on my watch. I'm pilot Anthony Migliardio, founder of the only socially funded company that destroys hurricanes. Each year, hurricanes obliterate lives, property, and taxpayers' money.
but I can solve this problem. Herwolf stops any hurricane and any error-prone computer projection by detonating one simple, safe-tested nuclear bomb in the very center of the eye of the storm. Sound risky? After serving despite a dishonorable discharge, I've managed to sneak out with this bad boy. That's the sound of a 40-year-old floppy disk loaded with top-secret codes. Stop listening to phony pseudoscientists of climate change, and let's take back our planet. Only with Herwolf.
Mr. Migliario will need to confirm or deny the possession of top secret nuclear code. Herwolf, patent pending, not endorsed by the Better Business Bureau. Mr. Migliario pleads the fifth.
Yesterday's realities or today's fantasies. Hey, I'm Hetty Violet, caretaker of Astor Farms, Florida's newest and oldest rentable bed and breakfast. Astor Farms hasn't been updated nor upgraded since its construction in 1845. With no running water or power, you'll be able to live like your ancestors did, but on today's dime. If these testimonials don't sway you, nothing will.
June 12th, 2014. My wits are failing me. I feel a constant hunger for the unattainable and a thirst that cannot be quenched. I feel a presence watching me in the darkness. A creature, a trapped soul, somehow dodging the light of this flickering candle. By sunrise, I fear my life. Maybe an extreme danger.
How about this fine? How do you do?
April 4th, 2016. The rations of hardtack are too damn stale. Cracked my front teeth. In great pain. Salt pork for lunch tasted rotten. Too much salt. I told that woman not to heavy-hand the salt, but she did just to spite me. Oh God, is she trying to kill me?
Live yesterday's life today at Astor Farms. We'll get the bedroll ready for you.
Ginkgo Kielbasa, from the people who brought you Energy Brot, comes a taste you'll never forget.
Ginkgo Kielbasa.
The first time you met the love of your life and the smell of the air.
It's a Me Too memory miracle.
Ginkgo Kielbasa.
Overcoming the rival team, and the first time you won the game. Listen to that crowd.
Ginkgo Kielbasa.
The first time you couldn't pay rent and the taste of delicious ramen noodles.
Ginkgo Kielbasa, the meat you'll remember. You've seen the phenomenon of making a murderer. Now it's time to go a bit deeper. Super TV3 now brings you Making a Shoplifter, the documentary tale of a man accused of an unspeakable crime.
Hey, hon.
I'm sad.
Oh, yeah?
Oh,
You know, just try to think of the good times, huh?
it's been 56 minutes. I still have to pee.
Oh.
Yeah, they let me go once. I've had a great pop since then.
You know you're not allowed to have those sugar pops.
No, WrestleMania's next week.
Don't worry, okay? Your pops is taping it.
Hulk is gonna make a comeback. He's just misunderstood.
New witnesses.
I saw him with the bag of buggles. I knew exactly what he's doing.
Drama unfurled.
I've worked here for 16 years and we've never had bugles.
The riveting drama.
Have you guys seen my buddy, what got the witch fingers? Been waiting for like 54 minutes.
Evidence mishandled.
Well, have you tested the evidence?
We always test the evidence.
Yes, but have you tested it for hot fries?
We generally don't test for hot fries. I plead the fifth.
Making a Shoplifter. Only on Super TV3.
Just in time for the political season, PP Boy Records presents Ragtime Election Time, a collection of only the finest political parody songs featuring Hillary and the Clintones with their version of the Deleted Emails Blues.
Deleted email blues. Thank you.
And the hit single Trump Dumps by the Trump Tonights.
I'm in the dumps because today's Donald Trump's got this election all in a spin.
I would be remiss to not mention the Bernie Sanders should have been nominated with their smash hit, Bernie Sanders should have been nominated.
Bernie Sanders should have been nominated.
Ragtime Election Time, only on PP Boy Records. Get political with funny.
Education can be the most important decision of your life. So why not invest your life savings on one of the best, Altamont College? welcome home. This above average college will help you decide if college is your calling. Whether you're a doctor or physician, a teacher or librarian, a farmhand or otherwise, Altamont College, let us wow you with promises.
After being laid off, attorney Crab Newberg was able to recover $2.1 million from me. Thank you, Mr. Newberg.
You're welcome, Joe. I was honored to recover $2.1 million for Joe after he was fired from his job, and I'd be willing to help you too. I've graduated from an accredited law school and passed an intensive examination in the state of Florida. No one has the right to treat you like dirt, but if they do, I will make them pay. Simply go to askthecrab.com and see what Crab Newberg can do for you.
From Fitcore, the latest development in sports rehydration technology. Boston Sports Chowder. You lead an active lifestyle, and you love a hearty chowder. Fitcore's patented ergonomically designed chowder flagon effectively replenishes vital body chowders lost during a hard workout. Creamy, powerful, piping hot.
Boston Sports Chowder. Get you off of the bench and back in the game.
It's been called this year's sleeper hit. Prime time tomorrow on Orlando's Super TV 3.
Where's the girl, Miero?
I'm afraid you'll have to try a little harder, Hernandez.
Where did you pull her? She's too big to fit in these drawers. And she's made of bony skin, not invisible matter. I know she cannot be standing right here.
Clever detective, but not clever enough.
¿Por qué, Miero? She's just a girl. A closet-sized girl. Dios mío, there's a closet door right here.
Oh, no. No, don't open that door!
Carrie DeLipschitz and Jim Mahoney star in Milfada Hernandez, Detective MILF. Only on Orlando's Super TV 3. Tonight on Orlando's Super TV 3. From the producers of Naked and Enlightened, we bring you the social experiment of the century. Pop Swap.
Who's got the TV? Who's got the batteries for the remote?
That is the remote for the Himalayan salt rock lamp.
Salt rock? What the hell
we
is
don't
that?
have a TV in
No
here.
TV. Yes, we have a TV. I worked 30 years for. We have a
Get
TV.
in tune with the root chakra.
I got my chakras. My doctor prescribes them. Rhonda, you're talking nonsense.
Actually, I have an Earth name, and
Your
that
what
is
name?
Rabbit Fox.
The what?
Watch what happens when millennials meet their new grandpa.
I'm so hungry. This sandwich bread tastes like fried bread.
Grandpa, what are you doing? Put it down. That's not your food. That's my food. It's gluten-free.
Yeah?
Do you know what a gluten is?
I know what gluten's are.
I'm gluten-free.
You damn right you're gluten-free, because me and all of my friends, we stopped the gluten.
You didn't.
Sure I did.
No, you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
No, you didn't.
Yeah?
You did not.
The glutens, they were coming out of the woodworks. They with Tommy. And Tommy was from Kansas City. So we called him KC. Right behind me was Tex. He was from Baltimore. So there we were.
When Generation Y mingles with Generation What?
All right, see you in a week, Pops.
Huh?
No, not you.
Hey, you dollface.
Hey, you get your mangy
Boy.
mitts off of my granddaughter.
You're not my granddaughter.
Don't you tell me what to do.
It's damaging me emotionally.
Who, the greatest generation in human history, faces their greatest challenge? Pop Swap, only on Orlando's Super TV 3.
Ready?
Nope, one for.
Nope. Too late. Ready? Up.
You've seen the phenomenon of making a murderer. Now it's time to go a bit deeper. Super TV3 now brings you Making a Shoplifter, the documentary tale of a man accused of an unspeakable crime.
Do you know why we brought you in?
No.
Oh, you know what you did?
No.
You stole something.
I ain't stole nothing.
What was it?
I ain't stole nothing.
Yes, you did.
I bought this with 2 quarters. I had them the whole time.
What did you steal?
Nothing.
The riveting drama.
I don't know who planted them crumbs on me, but they don't want me out of this security booth.
The shocking admission.
Hey, hon.
Yeah?
What you doing?
Nothing.
What you doing?
I don't know.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. You know.
well, what they got you there for?
Yeah, I've been sitting here about around 18 minutes. Ma, I really have to pee.
At the mall?
Drama unhinged.
We have the evidence, the surveillance tape. Your Honor, he stole a bag of bugles.
I hate bugles.
Sir, you are currently wearing bugles on your fingers.
Playing witch fingers don't make me guilty. I just like to have a good time.
In a new 18-part series, Making a Shoplifter. Don't miss a single second. Only on Super TV3.
In this town, used to be you didn't have to lock your doors at night. Nowadays, you can't even leave a magnet on your car. I've seen the devil in a man's eye before. Have you or anyone you know been scarred by magnet theft?
Well, I sure wish there was somebody we could trust, you see.
Well, then you called the right number. The safe recovery of your magnet gets my ticker thumping. I'm Magnet PI, and I won't sleep until you can.
Baseball, apple pie, your grandmother's fried chicken. These are great institutions of the American dream. And let us not forget another icon of the greatest country on earth, a German-style Mexican imitation lager. Now that's America. Here at Badass Hangry Eagle Brewery, we've been bottling up freedom for over 6 years, and we encourage every American to embrace their God-given freedom with their lips. Want to work as a pedicab driver and play Pokemon Go all day while enjoying one of our Imperial Cuck Stouts? The Badass Hangry Eagle says, "You do you, brah brah." Literally, we trained one. It says that. America. Badass Hangry Eagle Brewery. America AF.
I'm Sergeant Barkus Clayton. In the 2 decades of my professional career in Central Florida, nothing has twisted up my gut more than the cowards who've taken the baby swans from Lake Eola. The poor mother goose calls day and night for her babies, and now she's calling me. The so-called signet caper is nothing more than a depraved, hollow individual seeking out the most innocent life form to torment and terrorize. I vow to track these suspects down using force if I must. If you're the one who did this heinous crime, me and the crime ender's gonna find you. Only a jackass would do something that stupid. Or maybe you don't have a brain in that ugly head of yours. If that's the case, I can't help you. But I will find you. And maybe, if you turn yourself in, I'll go easy on you. But rest assured, Central Florida, Sergeant Barkus Clayton will be vigilant, ever present, gun in hand and law on my side. I will not lose this fight. And you can take that to the bank of Lake Eola.
After a local Ponzi scheme pulled the wool over my eyes, attorney Crab Newberg was able to recover my life savings, $36,000. Thank you, Mr. Newberg.
You're welcome, Chet. I was honored to recover over $40,000 for Chet after a local gym took him for a dumbbell, and I'd be willing to help you too. I've graduated from an accredited law school and passed an intensive examination in the state of Florida. Ponzi schemes are illegal. You don't need two other friends to tell you. Visit AskTheCrab.com. That's crab with a K, and you've got a case.
If you want to live your best life, you need to call me. Jake Berman! My life revolves around sports, but maybe yours doesn't. That's why I'm introducing the Jake Berman Betterment Program. Let's hear from a few satisfied customers.
He's changed my life. His classes, they mean everything to me.
Excuse me.
You
Sorry.
need something?
Cheryl, I'm going to need those reports on my desk that we talked about by 5.
Do you see my lips move? I am talking to a friend.
You were talking
Can you see I'm talking to someone?
Don't take my word for it.
Jake's teachings really helped me process the death of my grandfather.
Here we are to honor this man who loved immensely, who held tightly, who caressed.
Hey,
gently.
come on! Is this a wake or a wake me up? Wrap it up, buddy! Come on!
I'm Jake Berman, and the next time you wake up, you'll be that guy. Call 415-239-9878-61515. I want you to live your best life. Call 415-239-9878-61515. Then pound 10. I'm Jake Berman.
Every year, people spend thousands of dollars on pedigreed show-quality dogs. Fancy, right? Now look at your own dog. I'll wait. Feeling like the dollar value of your beloved pooch might be a little lacking? Hi, I'm Charlie Sousa. With my patented formula for canine restoration, my team and I flipped over 800 dogs last year alone. And this year, we hope to double, triple, or even quadruple the value of your domesticated best friend. Paid $100 for your chihuahua at a rescue shelter? We'll take that little shaky son of a bitch and duct tape a spoiler to his hiney, increasing downforce and road traction. Bingo, bango, bongo. That mutt is easily worth his weight in pewter commemorative figurines. It's as easy as that. Has Rex's eyesight started to fail in his twilight years? My system will teach you to prop him up in front of a piano while wearing sunglasses as we pipe in the music of a beloved king of blind piano, Ray Charles. Rex's net worth has just increased by 11%. It's just that easy. Flip That Dog LLC is the only solution you'll need for all your dog estimates, restoration, and reappraisals. Hire us today or buy my book, Life's a Bitch, and Now I'm Rich, by Charles Sousa. Call now. Don't spend money on your pooch. Make it. Flip that dog. Woo!
We've all been there. You thought you had a great idea for a dispatch, but it just wasn't good.
This is Cobra Kai.
Sure, it's hard to be original.
What up, C-Lane? Sabrina, I love you, duh. Sean, you're a dick.
You try writing a joke while you're using a weed whacker.
Welcome back to Pop Culture Radio. Woo! So we just took a little break here, and Bushy and I filled Dave in on this docu-series that the two of us were watching. And I say the two of us are watching. I binged the entire fucking series the day it came out, and then I tried to talk about it on the show, and no one else had seen it, and it was also very new at the time. So we're talking about May, I think, when it came out. Well, Bushy's finally finished it, and it's not new anymore, and so I don't care about spoiling this fucking story for anybody. Because you've had 2 months, and you haven't watched it yet, then, fucking earmuff it. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, yeah. Plus, as long as we say spoiler alert, then it's on you if you listen.
Right. And also, I feel like it's not so much a spoiler alert anymore because there's more to the story.
Yeah, no.
The series ends open. There's an open ending. So there's a series that was called, I think it was A&E originally, and then it was distributed by HBO Max, called The Many Lives of Benjamin Kyle. And the story starts with them saying there was a man that was found naked next to a dumpster behind a Burger King.
Bloody and bludgeoned.
Yes. And he had amnesia and did not remember who he was.
Not at all. Like, literally nothing.
Zero memory. didn't know who he was, where he came from, had no idea what happened to him, how he got there, any of this. And so all of these good Samaritans from the neighborhood started taking this guy in and trying to help him, trying to, get donations for him to try to help him get back on his feet and figure out who he was and all this, to the point they went so far as to take him on Dr. Phil.
Next time I have a night that good, I'm going to see if my neighbors will take me in.
So that as the story goes on, and this is the thing where I think,
how did you get the Benjamin Kyle name? Because I like that one.
Oh yeah, because he was the second John Doe that day, and because he was John Doe behind Burger King, they called him John Doe BK. And then when he was conscious and awake and everything, he gave himself the Benjamin Kyle name. Right. So he goes on Dr. Phil, and he's talking on Dr. Phil about how he doesn't know who he is, and he actually says in the little sidebar interview, I think it's really sad that somebody's missing and there's no one out there that misses me.
Nobody looking
There's
for
no
me.
one looking for me. And he goes, and how sad is that? Well, as the series goes on, we figure out that this guy does not have amnesia. He knows 100% who he is. And there's a reason why no one's looking for him. So now I pitched all of this.
Let's just say insanely capable con man.
Yes.
Like, I mean, when you first start watching this series, you kind of feel for the guy.
Oh, yeah, you feel bad for him. The first, it's 4 episodes. The first episode and a half, you're like, God, why is there no...
And correct me if I'm wrong, you believed he had amnesia.
Yes.
I believed at the start he had amnesia.
Yes.
But it takes... what is it? It's 4 episodes, and it takes till probably about the end of episode 2, maybe midway through episode 3, before you go, oh, shit. This guy knows who he is. Like, you know what I mean? You're like, this is all a fucking put on. It was all a big con.
Yeah, sorry, you guys got me caught up, but you were like, spoiler alert, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just roll with it. And I had no idea. I was like, now you guys just spoiled it for me.
Yeah.
I told you.
I was like I said, man, I hope next time I wake up and don't want to deal with life behind the dumpster or the BK.
Well,
this is actually good. It's a good opportunity for us to ask. So, Dave, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you could think of a reason why someone would wake up completely naked, no clothing, no ID, nothing, behind a dumpster, and pretend they had amnesia, what would you think one of the reasons why it might be that this person was trying to erase their previous life or trying to cut ties with their previous life? What would you think one of the reasons might be?
Well, I mean, I throw it out. I'm from Florida, so I'm just like, it's Wednesday. And other than that, you just go, oh, dude, you had to do something bad. You had to do something dirty. You had to screw over family members. You had to just get away, man. Like, or I'm not like the killers always disappear. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's because they cooked anybody, you know, but I'd say you had to have done your family dirty and can't face it. And then just have to pretend.
From what it seems like is that he killed the people that raped a mob boss's daughter and was basically put up for 30 years until this mob boss died. And the new younger part of the mob family was like, we're not paying you anymore. When that was a job he did for, apparently there was other jobs as well, but that was like the main one was this mob boss's daughter had been gang raped, and he apparently killed those people, and the mob boss just supported him for like 30 years until the mob boss died, and then he had to come back into society. So he did this whole crazy amnesia thing.
Well, with excitement.
I mean, going on Dr. Phil, that was fucking bold.
No, that's what I'm saying. With excitement, I'll say, oh damn. But yeah, no, you know what? I wouldn't have called that one, but I respect and understand it. You know, I mean, the whole thing is like, hey, people get into mob bosses. Like I said, I'm I'm from Florida, the greatest country in the U.S. And we have mob bosses down here. We got Gypsy Kings. We got all this other stuff down here and stuff like that. So
yeah.
But when you go doing a girl dirty and you say I've had enough of it, you send somebody out to take care of them. You get put in hiding 30 years. I give him props, man. He shouldn't have done on that. Like I haven't seen the whole series and stuff. I got the cliff notes.
Yeah. Well, let's just say
But I'm saying,
if it was only that, he would come off as kind of a Scarface-esque, like did evil for good. You know what I mean?
But you have to start somewhere.
Well,
come on now.
But with more,
You know?
like I said, with more of the information you get and everything, you get the feeling that it was more than just a act of vengeance.
Well,
happened.
all those bad things led up to him doing something that potentially the laws
was honorable.
Wrong, but
yeah,
it was on. Thank that.
Yeah. So. But what was funny to me about it, and I remember specifically saying when Bushy said he finished it, my favorite part in it was, so when he finally comes forward on his own, accord and says, I figured out who I am and this is my name. And he uses his actual fucking name. And he tells the people who were helping him, I figured out who I am. This is who I am. And he gives them his actual name. Well, then they start researching it and going back to where he was originally from. And all these people are like, oh, yeah, that's a scary dude. And everyone's like, yeah, no one wants to be around him. So then they bring one of the guys that was apparently worked with him in some of this stuff. And he's sitting in this room being interrogated. And they're doing like forensics interviews and all this. And they bring one of the guys in that he used to work with. And you see this look on his face where he is fucking pissed. Because
pissed and the blood has left his face.
And he starts acting like he doesn't know who this guy is. And he's like, and the guy's like, hey, I can't remember what his real name was.
Rico, right?
Rico. Yeah. Rico was the name of the guy, but his actual name was William something.
Yeah. If I was mob related, I'd be like, I don't know what. Rico
And he's like,
is.
and the guy's like, hey, don't you remember me? No, we used to hang out. And he's sitting there with this like grit in his teeth going, no, I don't remember you. No, I don't know. I don't know who you are.
What was very interesting, and they did pick it up. I think by that time they had the FBI guy working with them.
With the body analyst.
Yeah, and watching the movies and everything. And you could tell that what this ended up being was even Rico knew that Benjamin Kyle was kind of putting on the amnesia thing and was using it as, obviously, if you've been able to be on the lam for 30 years and not get caught, you're pretty slick. And you could tell that this Rico guy was probably equally as slick. And they were using this interview as a way for Rico to tell Benjamin Kyle what the law knew already kind of about stuff. You know what I mean? It was like watching.
They were like,
it was watching a secretly recorded
they were talking
interview
in code. Yeah.
that you knew that they knew it was being recorded, kind of thing. It was wild, bro. It was wild.
But what's funny to me is at the end of this fucking documentary series, what you get is they're like, okay, well, we finally know that this is who he is and this is what he did. So let's go over to his apartment, the apartment that they had gotten for him, and let's confront him about it. And they get there, poof, gone. Nothing inside the apartment. It's gone. And they're like, where's he at? He literally fucking vanished again over the course of the filming of this. When he realized they started to figure out who he was, boom, gone again.
So in 2 years, we'll see a documentary about a dude that was found behind a dumpster completely naked at a McDonald's in Austin, Texas. And not know where he's from or what happened.
Is it be Marlon Kyle?
Yeah. No, McDonald's would be like, hey, what's up? I'm John Doe Mickey Dennis.
Yeah, exactly. I'm Michael Daniels.
Yeah. But also
I'm gonna brew whiskey.
Something that you pointed out that I think was really funny is that over the course of like the people who were directing this documentary, over the course of this, the lady started getting these threats, these threatening phone calls and voicemails going, we know about the babysitter.
We know about your twins.
We know about the twins. Yeah. And she's like, how do they know all this? And then they start going back and looking at some of the footage of them with Benjamin Kyle and him making these little snide comments to let them know that he knows about their family.
Which,
knows
by
about
the way,
twins.
at some point they tell you he's like a computer genius and fucking knows how to get on other people's computers and wipe computers. And
He
all
knows
this
how to
shit.
wipe computers.
So he's like a fucking hacker genius.
Yeah.
And finds out that the people making the documentary about their kids and babysitter, and he's doing like veiled threats towards them. There's other people that they're interviewing that they're like, we can't talk about that. We can't talk about that. And they start fucking crying and shit because they like know about where the bodies are buried. But it's like the girlfriends and wives maybe of some of these mob figures that,
Yeah.
like get pulled into the it's wild.
But what you pointed out that was really funny because I didn't pick up on this until you said it, and I went back and watched that last episode. It's the man and woman who are doing this documentary. At the end, they're standing on the dock outside their house, and the woman goes, "We have no choice, but we're not afraid. We're not afraid, and we're going to continue this investigation. We're going to find him." And Bushy goes, and as she's saying that, she is fucking terrified. There's no doubt about it. She is fucking terrified of this whole situation. And I think that she has no other choice because she's taken it so far, but to say, we're not scared. We're not going to be spooked or frightened. We are going to continue on and we're going to find this guy. But she is absolutely terrified of what this guy knows.
Along with that, I basically said, I don't think we'll ever see the other part to this. Like they literally said, we're definitely not stopping. We're definitely finishing this series and we're going to find out what's going on. And I told Dirt, I was like, you will never see that next fucking part of this series.
Give it 30 years.
Her and her husband were fucking terrified, trying to act all confident. And we're like, if you're looking at body language, they were fucking like,
when you hear the voicemails that were sent to them, they're like so specific about the inside of their house and about the things that, in the back door and this, that the voicemails were so specific that let them know that like, hey, like you're fucking digging up bones that don't need to be dug up right now. And we know this about your house, and we know about when your babysitter shows up, and we know when you guys leave that this is who you leave your twins with.
Since we're in this point, and it would tie in nicely, do you want to talk a little bit about the Murder in Monaco one?
Okay.
Or you want to save that for another?
No. That's fine. Murder, because I remember when I told you about Benjamin Kyle to watch this, and you said you got to watch Murder in Monaco.
Well, and the reason that happened is because I couldn't remember what the name of the series you told me to watch was. So I spent fucking 2 hours scrolling through every fucking documentary on whatever it was. But the problem was I was on a different streaming service than the one that it was actually on. So after a couple hours at 2 a.m, I'm like, fuck it, I'm watching Murder in Monaco.
Well, anybody?
Yeah.
I was going to say that the thing about it with the Murder in Monaco one, I don't remember the names or specifics in that one because I watched it all like shotgun straight through.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I don't remember anything either. But I mean, we can just kind of go over the we don't have to know the people's names.
Okay.
But basically, long story short, a billionaire gets murdered in supposedly the safest and one of the most richest countries in the world, or one of the countries where there's the highest concentration of billionaires and 100 millionaires.
It's
and stuff.
France. Monaco. What knows?
But Monaco's its own little country.
Yeah. But it's surrounded by like France and some other.
It's a European country.
Sure.
But because the whole thing was, even Monaco has their own police, and and when the guy escaped prison, all he had to do was get out of Monaco. You know what I mean? So it is its own little. And the whole thing is it's a country where like nobody pays taxes or something. I think that's why everybody's there.
Well, and so the story was this guy's a billionaire. His apartment, which they say apartment, but it was like a
a penthouse.
A penthouse.
But the penthouse was the top of an entire building. Like it was the top of he was a banker.
Yeah.
And it was the top of the bank. It was more like a compound. What was it 14,000 square feet?
14,000 square feet. Yeah.
So that was his penthouse.
Yeah. I'm just sitting there thinking, you say that, and I'm like, that's big.
Dave, can you imagine a 14,000 square foot apartment?
Well, I've said before,
I couldn't imagine an apartment, but I meant like I said, come off of ranches and stuff like that. And I'm like, we had barns,
but this, but this was the kind of
lofts.
This was the kind of place, though. He even had all kinds of metal shutters that at night would come down, and every
like the exterior windows had metal shutters that would come down, like
bulletproof, bomb proof. You know what I mean? Like, because you got to remember, this dude was a banker, so he was also moving money for the Russian mob and all this kind of stuff. So when he ended up dead, there was a lot of speculation that he was assassinated by the Russian mob, especially because his nurse at the time got stabbed in the leg. The way the billionaire actually died was he suffocated through asphyxiation in his panic room. So the
like that
the
David
caretaker
Carradine dude.
Was that
like that David Carradine dude, the old kung fu?
No.
He's strangled himself.
That was autoerotic.
Sorry, I'm just throwing out. Now everybody knows my age.
He strangled himself while he was jerking off.
Yeah.
When you see my hand,
Congratulations, Dave, you got a cum belt.
Yeah.
At least you got to use it one time. We didn't even get to the ejaculation part.
No,
we just got to the.
I'll be honest. It's been a very low use of cum belt this show,
Yeah.
but that's okay.
Well, I mean, thank you.
Not
you.
every
So,
every show has to be flooded with cum belt.
Yeah, no, seriously. If I'm on here, I'll try my best to prevent you from staring at me and go ding, ding, ding. You know?
It is weird when I look at you in the eye and go.
Oh, now my nipples are hard. That's so fucked up, man.
So about those custom
Cut
nipple
this
rings.
thing out quick. I got some stuff to do tonight.
Oh Lord. So the crazy part was this guy, he died from like the fire that ended up being started in the apartment, and everybody thought it was the Russian mob because the caretaker, who was an American, had gotten stabbed in the leg and was found, and was like, there was these two guys that came in and they tried to kill him, and he got in the panic room, so they set the place on fire.
And the fire was red. That's why they thought it was red.
Well, there was so much weird shit. Like the fire department and the police department showed up, but it took them over an hour to go in and save this fucking guy because of all the like politics based on the fact that he was like living over top of a bank and all this weird shit. So there was just so many like missteps where either it was the Russian mob or fucking just like weird set of circumstances, and the fire department, the police department in Monaco sucked, but of course they didn't want to take the blame. So then what it looks like is the police department and the fire department blamed this American caretaker, even though the American caretaker got stabbed. And it was weird because the story, I forget when the story changed, but the whole story of the fire changed at some point where it went from the Russian mobsters setting the fire, spoiler alert, to the fact that the caretaker set the fire because there was no phones he could get to
He
call
was trying
out.
to
So,
do it to alert someone.
to set off the fire. He knew that there was fire alarms and advanced security in this place, so he figured if he set a fire, that the fire department and the police would show up and save the day.
Yeah.
But because of the whole weird thing of jurisdiction, or I forget exactly what the story was.
Yeah, because it was like no. What happened was so fire safety shows up at 1:15 a.m., but they don't enter the apartment until 4:45.
But
a.m.
it was because the police wouldn't let him in. But I forgot why the police wouldn't let him in.
Because they were saying it was like they didn't one thing was like one of the firefighters was like, I'm afraid of heights, and so he didn't want to climb the ladder on the outside to try to get to it.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So then
did you say a firefighter?
Yeah, I know.
And
Exactly.
I'm
They
like,
talk-
I'm sorry.
they
I think
talk
there
about
should be
that.
a level of criteria. I understand this is over in Europe and shit
Yeah.
like that. I hope to God that we have a standard over here where
No,
like, hey,
that actually comes up in the documentary. They're like, how are you afraid of heights? You are fire rescue, dude. Yeah.
Well,
So-
I mean, if they're in a rural area that only has like,
But there was
saplings
some
or
kind of like
something,
security
Yeah.
protocol in place where the police couldn't let anybody in but it was weird. Even the billionaire's like head of security had showed up and was like, go in there, go fucking get them. But I forget, it was like there was some code word or something. And then there was this whole separate line of thinking that the fucking wife set all this up because she left and she was like buddy with the fucking,
Yeah, and
this
she
was her like third or fourth fucking billionaire husband
Yeah,
to die.
yeah. She'd been married to like 3 other billionaires that all died, and she was trying to become like a socialite.
Yep.
And
so what you guys are saying is, you didn't have to explain all that. You said it's be like, so she was hot, but you know,
not as much as you would think. So well, you know what that tells me though?
They're not from Florida.
No,
sounds like she's hotter than Sigmund Freud's mom.
No. When you're not that hot and you're still landing billionaires, that means you're really good at it.
Yeah.
Or you bring friends.
Or you have friends that are really good at it.
So it's like, I'm not that. Look, I'm a little chunky, but I got some friends that are fit. So,
So I will say, like, from that one, Murder in Monaco on Netflix. I don't want to go any further with it because it's still kind of new. It just came out, but isn't it kind of new?
I have no clue.
Anyway, so
like I said, I'm sorry. I made the spoiler alert.
No,
fuck, I didn't say spoiler.
No,
alert.
you're fine. It came up on his watch next. He doesn't know if it came out 4 years ago. He has no fucking clue.
I don't have any.
It's pre-COVID, man. They just said watch next. And he's like, fuck yeah, man. Yeah, you guys seen this new shit on Netflix? So fuck, man.
Yes, after 2 hours of searching, I went with watch next. You are correct.
You spent 2 hours searching on Netflix
Because I was looking for the many. I was looking for the Many Lives of Benjamin Kyle, but I didn't know what the fucking name was. So I'm like typing in amnesia, man without memory.
Wait, you talking about that one thing where that dude becomes a baby?
I typed in man.
Benjamin Buttons.
I typed in man with memories just because after man with no memory, it came up. It was like,
hey, look, I didn't mean to mess that whole thing up when you were like, you thought Mr. Buttons, and I'd heard what he said. I was like, I remember when there was some movie that came out with that one dude that did the spy thing where he got knocked off a boat and they did multiple. But anyways, I was like, I went to the movie theater and I was like, yeah, 2 tickets for the Brilliant Mr. Fuley, and apparently it was
Brilliant Mr. Fuley,
something Ripley or some shit like that. My ex-wife was like, can you not remember a fucking name? And I'm like, what? And I was like, this is just like that one time we were like, there's so what about Mary when I ordered the fucking
wait. The Brilliant Mr. Fuley is Bang Fanglin's driver.
I can't. I don't actually know the name of the fucking film. I was just saying that I don't ever get any of that shit right. So if I'm with a woman and they're like, "Hey, let's go watch a fucking movie," and I'm like, "Yeah, which one you want to watch?" And they're like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "Well, I'll get the fucking tickets." I'm gonna fuck that shit up.
You know that's a sign of genius, right?
So
you can't be bothered with all these minute details that don't matter.
Hey, you know what? I got the right tickets, so that's what counts.
There you go.
You know what I mean? They were like, they laughed. The lady behind the counter laughed.
I was about to say, you walked up to the counter, you said, "I need the Brilliant Mr. Fuley," and she laughed and gave you the right tickets.
with her number on the receipt. And I'm like, I'm on a date. And I'm like, and then I'm like, I'll call you later. I'll call you after this fucking boring ass movie.
Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't know this before we started the show. We have Joe Dirt on the air tonight with us.
It's actually Dierte.
Dierte.
Okay, so
I do not have a. What the hell did he have? He had a Super B or something, a GSX.
He had a Super B.
I have a 71 Chrysler New Yorker that sits 2.5 inches off the ground with a 440 in it. So
okay, that is so dope as fuck.
Wait. You said a New Yorker with a 440?
New York, a 10.2 at 128 miles an hour is what I was running on 9 inches.
In a fucking New Yorker.
I'd show you guys, but last time I fired it up, I had a fuel problem, and so the whole front end burned up, and it's sitting under a cover on my fucking driveway.
No.
My neighbors love me for it. I don't really care. I've been there since '91. So,
Dave, how's it feel to know you just gave Bushy an erection?
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean,
that bell was for your New Yorker.
Give it a minute, and we'll be talking about that spooge. You didn't get I just said spooge. Come on.
Sorry. It was right after another one. It was rapid fire. I wasn't ready.
Okay, so
you're never ready for the rapid fire, bro.
So we talked about the Murder in Monaco one.
Yeah.
I'm playing this one next because the next one I want to play for you, I think we're going to have a lot to discuss here.
So this is the next one you're going to want me to watch, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So this one is on Netflix. It's called A Toxic Love Story.
Nice.
And
what happened to The World's Greatest Neighbor or something?
I was just thinking it was.
No, that's a whole series.
Like,
yeah. So this story, I want you to. This is the trailer. I want you to watch the trailer and see if you can figure out.
Lean in and look.
There is so.
You need my readers.
I'm going to tell you this.
No, I ain't a fucking nerd.
I am.
I'm going to tell you.
I got vagina.
Hang on, I'll move it forward here so both you guys can see this.
Get as close as I
that's as
normally
far
see
as I can go without pulling the fucking wiring out. All right, so there's a lot in this story, and this documentary is not going to give you the full story. Obviously, or else you wouldn't watch it. But here we go.
You might remember this story with a twisted plot. The strange and violent stalking case.
Jealous wife, romantic rivals, blackmail.
I wish everyone would just tell the truth.
Oh my God.
Ian always wanted to be married and he wanted to have kids. Angela wanted the same things.
The smile alone, I mean, the smile was killer. She was just a sweetheart. 2-3 weeks go by, I proposed to her.
But then Ian tells me that Angela's been receiving these emails from someone called Lilith is Truth.
Crazy, threatening, violent, I'm going to kill you emails.
They have this biblical undertone. We were thinking the exact same thing. Holy it's his ex, Michelle.
I do not hate Michelle. I have never hated Michelle. I just wanted her out of my life.
It slowly ratchets its way up.
She's been at my work. She knows what I look like.
She told me she wished she could burn this whole mother down.
And then something unbelievable happened.
911, what's the emergency? Somebody came from behind me and they started to choke me.
I started to question what her motive was.
There's so much deception and so much dishonesty.
It seems like I've been sleeping with the enemy.
We had an obligation to go back to look at the case again.
Oh, did his new wife get with his ex?
Who is Lilith? That's the question.
I have never felt fear like that before.
Who's impersonating whom, pretending to be whom? I've never seen anything like this.
You don't know anything about my story.
So is this? Well, I almost feel like if I ask this and you answer it, then it spoils it. So spoiler alert. It looks like a story I've seen about one of the catfishing ones where the girl kind of like makes up the thing to kind of get the husband to love her more or think that.
That's the second part of it.
Oh, we've all been there.
Okay.
Come on.
No, yeah, no, but the problem with it is that's what I would think. Oh, this lady was making up these fake emails and making herself the victim.
Right.
And it gets to that point where you go, oh, that's what's happening here. But then it goes a step further.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
so
enough.
I'm
That's
telling
good.
you,
Yeah, that's good.
And that's a documentary. It's an hour and 48 minutes.
My other theory, and don't answer it because I am going to watch this, but my other theory is that somehow his new girl and his old girl are like together. Maybe got together after, and then the old girl.
I don't want to spoil it, but no, that's not what happened.
Oh, okay.
Well, then it's awful. It's not worth watching.
If there's no pussy licking, I'm not watching the documentary.
Like, how are you supposed to do this type of a mustache and beard? You know, like, God damn, man.
Well, here's what I'll tell you: the entire documentary to me was a one of those situations where it was like every time you turn around, it's like, what the actual fuck? Because it keeps turning. And you're like, oh, we thought, someone's been arrested, they've been charged, they're convicted. We're done.
Well, it's a weekend, but
and they're like, oh, wait a minute, now that person's being let out for false imprisonment because it wasn't them, and now it's this person.
Man,
it's the same weekend.
Yeah.
But so wait, you watched this though?
Yes.
And then you showed us the trailer. Now
Yeah.
we're supposed to comment on it.
Well, no.
I'm just
now
that purpose of me showing that is I want everyone listening to go and watch this.
Right. And usually the way it works is we'll watch it over the next week or two, and then at some point come revisit.
And at that point,
and we get
if you're listening, if you're
two
still
shows out of one documentary.
Yeah, and at that point, like 2 weeks from now, when we actually talk about it, if you haven't watched it by that point, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's your fault.
We gave it to you. We gave you the option. We gave you 2 weeks. If you haven't watched it, we're going to talk about it.
What's this on?
It's on Netflix. It's
And
called
Netflix. So Netflix would be sponsoring your ass. Dude. I'm sorry, dude.
It's called A Toxic Love Story.
I'm gonna have to fucking watch it now.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna be like, damn, dude.
That's our goal. It's either going to be peanut butter whiskey or Netflix. Or YouTube. At some point sponsor us.
Come on,
goddamn it.
man. I mean, they don't got to get. They don't have to put the podcast up on there, but they, throw it out in one of their damn shows. Come on now. Hook a brother up.
Okay, so this is the last one I'm going to show you before we go to break, and because I think we're going to have a discussion about this one, and that's the reason why I waited for the last. So this is a new documentary on Hulu. I watched it last night, Actually, in the middle of watching this, my mom called me about some stuff she's got going on with her bear. She lives in the middle of the wildlife forest. So there was a baby bear cub that had been wandering around the property, and she had it on a bunch of her cameras that had a chicken feeder stuck on its head.
And you didn't call me? Seriously, wait. Seriously, the first thing that should cross your mind when you have a bear with a chicken feeder on his head is call Bushy.
I was thinking, you didn't just think of them.
Yeah.
So
FWC came out and they quarantined the area. They trapped the cub. They got the bird feeder off of its head and they let it go.
I would have went out there with a stick of salmon and I could have got that bird feeder off his head.
But anyways, you know how that area of Apopka in there, they love the bears. They try to do everything they can to make sure the bears have and so it's funny because my dad's calling me and he's like, this bear's not going to make it. He's like, that bird feeder, it looked like I'll show you the picture. Like it engulfs his entire head.
Damn.
He's like, he can't eat nothing. And so my dad is losing sleep going, we got FWC out here. We got the trappers. We got all this. So my dad ends up out there at 3:00 in the morning when they finally got him cornered. And my dad's out there with a hose on one side and another neighbor on the other side so they could corner the bear. And then the guy looks at my dad and goes, you're going to have to take this hose. I got to go in. And so my dad goes, okay. My dad grabs the hose because he had to go into the trap to get the feeder off of his head. And then when they let him go,
I could have done with one hose.
And when they let him go, he goes running right back to the mama bear, and then they vanish. And my dad goes, man, that was cool as fuck. That felt like a Tom Cruise movie what we just did.
The beautiful part about that.
Where's your dad from?
My dad, well, originally he was born in Pennsylvania, Turtle Creek, but he raised here in Orlando most of his life.
The beautiful,
what a pimp. Dude.
The beautiful part
seriously.
about that story, and as much as I'm joking, I was also serious. Like I get along with wildlife, bro.
Yeah,
like, I just do. I don't know why.
You look the part.
I don't know why. It's unexplained. I'm telling you right now, every place I've ever gone with wildlife, next thing you know, I'm sitting down and a blue jay lands next to me or something. You know what I mean? But even all joking aside, the beautiful part about that story is the mama bear was there.
Yeah.
If the mama bear didn't know they weren't helping the cub, the mama bear would have attacked.
The hose that my dad was holding, he said it would flash and act like a taser. So my dad was holding a hose on the mama bear to distract her,
right?
While the FWC guy got in there and helped the cub. He goes, at first he was really freaking out because they had both cubs in the trap. And then the FWC guy was like, let one of the cubs out so he can go back to mama. And so now she's got one of her cubs, and now we're only kind of fucking with one of them. And
hold up. This story just got a whole lot fucking cooler.
Yeah.
Do you want me to get my dad on the line?
If you normally I want to argue about FWC because they're always like check every single thing.
Well, but like I said, hold up.
My son is my son's a ranger also.
He's gonna be sleeping.
But I'm like, whatever, man. You know.
But hold up though.
Yeah.
This in my mind just went from your dad was using a regular hose to kind of corral the baby bear to he's using a taser hose to hold off the mama bear.
Yeah.
And
it was light taser.
And FWC was like, hey, homeowner, grab this taser hose.
Well, you know my dad.
Yes, I do, but I also know like law enforcement.
Right.
And they're not real big on civilian help, let's say. And
but you know my dad.
I do.
And he looked at my dad and goes, this guy can help.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you got somebody that can hold a fucking taser hose on a mama bear, then you got a badass.
My dad's a former bodybuilder and all this. So, and I think he saw my dad and goes, I got to get in this trap. And here's what I have to work with. And he looked at my dad and goes, can you think you can hold her off? And of course, my dad's going to go, fuck yeah, I can hold her off. And that's what happened.
That's
Yeah.
badass.
Yeah.
But long story short, taser hose or not, if the mama bear really thought they were trying to kill the cub or something,
Right.
she would have ran through the taser.
I think she had some sort of something in her past that let her know that like these people.
It probably had a lot to do with them letting the other cub back.
Yeah,
to her.
I was literally about to say that. I was going to be like, hey, man, look, she might feel like she's losing two, but she's going to save one of them.
Not just save one. I believe that animals are smart enough to go, oh, they're not going to be hurting my other cub if they just let one come back to me.
Yeah.
If they were going to hurt these cubs, they had both of them. Why'd they let one come back?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I believe animals are that smart. Maybe that's part of the reason I get along with them so well. Is like I really believe they have like human intelligence. They just can't put the words together. You know?
Okay. No, I agree.
So you just walk out and you go,
Yeah.
"Rawr," and they know who you are.
So this so that being said, when I was watching this documentary, I got this call from my mom about what was going on, like where they're at, and I kind of gave her like the
cliff notes
of what I was watching right now, and I'm like, I don't understand the emotion of what's happening in this, and she goes, "That's because you weren't there."
Okay.
And this is based on something that happened in the late 60s.
So you're saying your mom was there?
She was alive at the time to understand why this is a big deal.
Okay.
So Sofia Arguelles is a filmmaker in California. She's made a couple of highly regarded like Sundance type films and things of this nature. She was raised by a single father, and then something happened over the past couple of years that, as she said, changed her entire life. And this is the documentary that tells the story. I'm going to let this play and let you guys understand what she found out, and then you tell me how this would have changed your life. Would it have really been that big of a deal for you?
I just realized we almost banged out that whole bottle, and we're not even
Yeah?
done with episode or
All right,
segment
here
two
we go.
yet.
Watch this.
So this all started because you never knew your dad.
Yeah.
Who's your dad?
Charles Manson.
Charles Manson, the notorious cult leader and mastermind
She finds out her
behind a
grandfather is
string
Charles
of brutal
Manson.
murders, referred to by many as the face of evil.
I've always been the kid with her head screwed on right. And then you find out your grandfather's Manson. How could my blood do something so atrocious?
I need to find out, was he born evil or was it something else? Do my dad and I have that in our blood too?
It gnaws at you.
I submitted my DNA to unlock my grandfather's sealed records.
It's rather unusual that we've got the full set of records.
I wrote Charlie, and then he called. I had close to 800 calls with Charles.
What made you make this exception for me?
Because you're his blood.
A whole lot of balls that never got sold.
A lot of this stuff is unbelievable.
It led to a chain of events that did destroy everything.
I'm not really sure what I'm getting myself into. I'm terrified.
You doubt everything that your father said?
Yes.
Manson took a personality test. They're comparing my results to his.
One did jump out at me that was almost identical to yours.
I don't really have family. I couldn't depend on my dad. I really can't do it anymore. Not my grandfather. Not my dad. I need to understand what happened, no matter where it takes me.
Okay, I dig.
I just want to throw it out. I'm sorry I made a comment during the
Yeah.
whole thing we
Yeah.
were doing that because I got that look like, hey, stop.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean he wasn't actually convicted. Convicted.
He wasn't a murderer, right?
Yeah, he never murdered anybody or anything like that. It was supposedly he did that. I don't know.
Right. He was a cult
So,
leader and,
yeah.
and talked
Yeah.
people into murder.
He's
Right.
a cult leader, but
Yeah.
the whole thing is
Way more impressive, right?
Was it Jones or whatever? I mean, I have
George,
a cool-
Jim Jones.
Yeah,
not George Jones.
No, I'm just saying.
George Jones is a goddamn saint, motherfucker.
No, I had another.
No,
gun,
Jim
I, had,
Jones, yeah.
I had another gun shop that got a laser, and one of the first things they ever did was take a white tumbler and engrave a bunch of dead people around the Kool-Aid man and hand it to him. They're like, "Hey, Dave, what do you think?" And I'm like, "Dude, I need that mug." That's why I brought it over. I was like, But,
hold on, you said you
but I'm
engraved,
like-
you engraved the Kool-Aid man on his suppressor?
I did no. It was one of the tumblers. Like,
Oh, I got you. I
like
got
one-
you.
one- one of these
And they
things,
put the
but
Kool-Aid
whole
man
thing
on
was
there?
a bunch of dead people.
Dead
sitting
people around
a
it. Like
sitting around
the
a Kool-Aid man.
Yeah.
And it's
Sitting
a
around the
white one.
Kool-Aid man.
And he's like, "Hey, check it out, man! I got this laser running."
Yeah,
and
Jim
stuff." And
Jones.
I downloaded some shit and I came up with stuff on the the better part of the web. And I was like,
the better part of the web.
And I was like, "Damn, dude!" He's like, "What do you think?" And I was like, all right, man, we got our own laser, we got our own fourth axis. We do tumblers too. And I was like, all right, man, I'm gonna help you out. And he's like, no, I want you to have it. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, I love you, because that's beautiful.
That's bad.
You know,
okay,
and,
so here's the creepy question.
but he didn't he didn't kill anybody.
Who were the dead people? Or is it just random?
Yeah, no, it was just random, like,
Yeah, just
it
clip
was like,
art.
Well,
was-
hey,
yeah. Clip
how
art.
how much cooler would it be if they were like dead people you killed?
Yeah, like they were like,
Can
hey,
you
we're
put my
gonna get-
victims
we're
on
gonna
this
get-
mug?
We're gonna get really detailed on this. And it's like, did you see your mother-in-law? You know, so you're like, what the fuck?
I shot her from left to right. Can you get the spray correct?
So the thing that caught me was when she's doing the intro in the beginning and she's talking to her dad and she goes, and he's telling the story. He's like, I grew up, and he's like, and he goes, my father, he goes, I used to always like say, like, I put my arm next to his and go, why are you brown and I'm white?
I
And he
missed
goes,
that.
No. This is in the actual movie. It's not in the
Oh,
trailer.
I was like, I feel like I would have got that.
And she's like, and he used to just say, oh, because you take after your mother. And so he
He's
never
been in the
really
sun a
knew.
lot.
He never really knew like who his father was. And then it comes down to like, in this situation, he had been like an actor and like had done some stuff, all like, B actors
Right.
and all that stuff. And then
Great
she's making movies now. And so he submits his DNA and finds a half brother. And he goes like, oh, we're half brothers on the father's side. Do you know who your dad is? And the guy goes, yeah, my dad is Charles Manson.
Nice.
And that's when she's like tears streaming down her face, and he goes, and he's crying and goes, my father is Charles Manson. And to me, I'm going, why are they so emotional about this?
Okay, so hold on.
And that was my thought, was like, why are they crying over this? Like, okay, so your dad is Charles Manson, your grandfather's Charles Manson. Like that doesn't change who you are as people.
So let me interrupt real quick. That was where I was thinking when you're showing this to me.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here going, okay, so who gives a fuck? Like,
Right.
yeah, it's creepy or whatever, but like in my life, I don't identify much with my blood. You know what I mean? I'm more of my group, my people that I've found. So I don't go, oh my God, if I found out my grandfather was Charles Manson, that's really going to affect.
Right.
Like, I don't believe blood means fuck all, to be honest with you.
Well, but the thing is,
I
like,
I agree with you. And
yeah,
I'll let you say what you're saying. Then if you don't mind, I'll interject real quick.
So what? That was my thought on it while I'm watching. I'm like, why are? And
Yeah,
my
why do you
first thought
care?
was, here's another fucking young person,
whiny little bitch,
finding a reason to have something to be upset about. But then when she starts breaking it down, and she's like, here are all, and she's like, I'm a filmmaker. She's like, I know who Charles Manson is. And she's like, and I've studied this whole case and all this stuff, and now I found out I'm his lineage. And she goes, here's what the court said about Charles Manson, about his being a psychopath, in his emotional state and his mental state. And then she starts showing home videos of her and her dad, and her dad is holding her, and he's like singing songs, and he's making all these faces. And then they show Charles Manson doing the same thing. And she's like,
oh, I mean, Hitler had a
is
dog
this?
also.
She's like, yeah, I know. Norm Macdonald has the best joke about that. But she starts going, is this hereditary? And am I facing mental issues going forward? Do I carry those traits?
Yet again, though, like Dave said, though, even if she did, it wasn't like Charles Manson was the murderer himself.
No,
and,
right.
Yes,
I didn't mean to bring the Hitler thing up. My ex-wife was
Hitler.
Her mom's Austrian, so she's like Austrian born or whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah,
to say,
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. She was Frankfurt International, all this other stuff.
Yeah,
and very hard to fucking convince her that socialism is not the right direction. But the whole thing is, it's like you go on about it. I'm like, I mean, people come from other people and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It doesn't matter that, like, if you looked it back up, you'd be like, oh shit.
Oh, I'm sure there's tons of
You're fucking
people
family.
that were
And I'm like,
descendants of shitty people that did good things.
no, I'm like, I got lucky. My son, everybody always looks and they're like, Jesus, they meet him and they're like, oh, that's like a mini version of you, except he cut his hair. What a bitch. But
So-
you know,
But her concern was the hereditary side of it, and because when they start talking about this, she starts showing. So she said she was gifted in the fact that her entire childhood is on camera because her father filmed everything, and when I say everything, like all of her birthday parties, all of the good things, he also filmed all of the bad things. He would pick her up where he's like, you know, I had to fucking cut my, appointment short because your mom can't fucking be here for you because she's a piece of shit. And he's got a camera in the car. And she's like, so the bipolar and schizophrenic side of her father that relates directly to her grandfather, her dad has.
wait, what years was this?
This was in the early 90s.
Oh shit! So she got hit with social media before social media,
Right.
That's
So her
fucked
dad
up.
documented everything.
That's
And then
fucked
so
up, man.
so what she's doing is,
Poor
as a
girl.
filmmaker, she's documenting her father's behavior.
And not hold up, not to interrupt,
Yeah.
but going with what you just said, it also this is going to sound really weird, but now social media has made all of this filming everything normal.
Yeah.
But that means almost like you were saying that during the time he was filming all this made him a little bit of a weirdo.
Yeah.
Like, it
no,
wasn't-
but because he was saying, and I was like, oh, okay, that's I you know,
Yeah, it doesn't- it's
I
not-
have social media. I
it's
see
not-
that every day. I'm
yeah,
like, I don't
but-
understand
yeah.
the problem. You're like, no, it's the early '90s, and I'm like, oh, fucking psycho,
Right,
You know,
right,
and I'm like, what
yeah.
the fuck, man? I'm like,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
35 fucking years later, we're like, what's your problem?
Yeah.
You know, like
you're
it's,
you're
you
in
know,
public.
yeah,
That means
you know,
I can
it's
film
like,
you.
You're in public. You're my child. Let
Yeah,
me
so-
put you up on fucking social media. Let me fucking, do what.
So
do
this
whatever.
guy was a
Yeah,
First
yeah,
Amendment
so-
auditor before it was cool,
Yeah.
except he audited his daughter.
Yeah.
Damn.
So over the course of this documentary, like she's like seeing things of her father, and like she's showing like side by side comparisons of her dad doing things that his father did.
Oh, that's creepy.
And she's saying like the way that Charles Manson was able to accomplish all the things he did was by being very manipulative and coercive with people. And then she shows her dad doing the same thing. And so her thing
That's
was
just dudes.
and she
Like I don't understand when chicks are like, oh my god, I saw my dad. He was manipulative. This and that, and I'm like, dude, my dad, when he's going through a divorce over infidelity and shit like that, and he owned a bail bonding company out in fucking Cape Canaveral, and he'd get us for the weekend, and he'd give out shirts that said "Busted, call Freedom Bail Bonds." They were half shirts that were way too tight to give to anybody else, and he'd have a 6-year-old. He'd have a 6-year-old and a fucking 8-year-old. He's trying to surf. And he'd let us drown. We could like get stuck in a fucking wake. We could get stuck in a under pool. We could do it. And he'd be like, "It's so hard to be a single dad." Can't believe mom
Hold
left.
up. The visual of like of two young children in bail bonds, fucking
Bail
belly
bonds.
shirts.
No, I didn't wear them. He gave them every time a girl walk. You walk past, you were flat chested, but you had an ass. He's like, "Here's a shirt. It's really tight." If you walk past and you had a big old set of titties and a thin waist, he's like, "Here's a shirt. It's really, really fucking tight." But he'd give them out. He'd give them out, and they'd be like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "Oh, well,
I still in my mind.
I'm a single dad, just trying to do right with my boys." Well, I'm teaching them how to surf, and they're like the ones that are drowning out there. And yeah, so I didn't mean to interrupt the entire thing, but as soon as you said that, I'm like,
no.
oh my fucking god!
Sorry.
I'm like,
I love
holy
the idea.
shit,
I
man.
sorry, even though you said you weren't the ones wearing them, I'm still seeing two kids in fucking belly
Bail
bond
bond
shirts out trying to surf while your dad's hitting on the fucking big titty women walking
No,
down
I mean,
the beach.
no. Here's the worst part, man. Back then, I swam junior for BBC, Brevard Community College.
I'm gonna say
when I did
BBC. Anytime you say BBC on this show,
that. Yeah, well, that's a. Well, I'm.
sorry, I didn't mean to fuck you up.
Well, I mean, no. You didn't fuck me up because I mean, as I stand, I am who I am.
I am who I am, and I don't give a damn.
And I did have to all competitions. I wear Speedos. I wore Speedos for like 15 years of my motherfucking life.
over the course of 2 segments of the show, he went from being Jack Sparrow to being Popeye. I am.
I like
who I
the idea.
am.
Wait, I like the idea you're wearing the Speedos with your Stingray boots.
Oh, thank you.
I love
I love these boots.
They're badass.
They're actually one of the cheapest pairs of boots I own.
Are they? I would assume they're softer than like leather.
No,
right?
they're fucking they're
way harder.
How is it?
Really?
Like,
Stingray is fucking tough. It's like sandpaper.
Man, I was like one of the reasons I wore them tonight is because I was like, well, I have an opportunity to wear them and try to break these bitches in. I was like,
okay.
And I've had them for a few fucking years, and I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers they're not ostrich. I'm sorry, the other ones that
ostrich are fucking great.
So ostrich are the soft.
Yeah,
those are the.
Oh, dude, yeah, I was like, I went to. These motherfuckers.
So
got
like,
me.
so
these motherfuckers got me at the boot shop. I walk in, and I'm like, I'm checking out, and I'm like, hey man, I was like, because I gave my son I had for his prom, I took red gator, like endangered species shit, but I bought them years and years and years ago, so they weren't endangered at the time.
I got you.
Bought them. And then I was like, hey man, he's going to prom, and he's like, I want a new pair of shoes, and I was like, why don't you take the red gators? Because for some reason, the last cobbler I dealt with, they fucked the shoes up, and I said, but I got a good cobbler now. And I was like, well, just refit these to you. And he's like, your old used boots. And I'm like, yeah,
but they're endangered.
Well, no. But at the time, I'm thinking, it's $1,000 pair of boots. You know?
Exactly.
Back when I bought them, I'm like, I understand they're used, but they still got to be worth something.
Yeah.
And so we refit them to his size and everything like that, resold everything. And then my cobbler, Sean's like, hey, man, you seriously giving this to an 18-year-old? And I said, yeah. And I'm like, why? And he's like, you seriously giving these? And I'm like, yeah,
like
why?
I said, that's gangster as hell.
And, no, then he pushes it in front of me, and he's like, dude, they go between 8,500 and 14,500. And I was like, well, I already told him I was going to give it to him, so go ahead and have them. And I looked at him and I said, these ain't shit kickers, man. You fucking wear them. I was like, also like, put grips on the bottom of them, because I'm like, I don't want him slipping, breaking his ankle, and playing with the goddamn boots.
You only wear $14,000 boots and a collared shirt.
Yeah. But yeah,
no dip. But still with the fucking cell phone on your belt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and the double barrel in the back window of your truck in the rack.
Oh, the rack! I miss that so much.
Yeah. I'm old enough to remember. My dad had the fucking Chevy with a rack with. We used to drive around with guns in the back window.
Yeah, now we just gotta hide them, like like throw women's purses with credit cards hanging out over them, and no one will ever touch them. They'll be like, this has got to be a setup. It's a purse with credit cards hanging out over a gun with the window down, and they're like, I ain't touching that shit. And so that's the way we roll down here.
And that's Florida.
Yeah. All right, listen, we're gonna take another break, and then we're gonna go back to our last segment here. Fade her up. Quick break here. You're listening to Pop Culture Radio. This is Danny Feedback with Lotion Teens. You're listening to Pop Culture Radio. We will be right back.
Have you ever been hungry? Boy knows I have. And sometimes you just don't know where to go. That's why I started Steve's House of Food, where you can get all your favorite foods. Located in my house, Steve's House of Food has all your favorite foods like chicken, nacho, beef, bean, beets, bread, pan-seared foie gras with a Merlot reduction served on polenta, and snacks. Steve's House of Food, where your favorite foods are now also my favorite foods as well. Please come to my house. Please.
For centuries, humans have pondered their place in the cosmos, waiting for proof of alien life. Until now.
Wow. Are you watching this? Incredible. Incredible.
We listened. For the first time, they have made contact. We are not alone.
Just gonna get this thing off this helmet, yeah? I think it's ripening up. I've been fighting in this thing. Fighting in this thing since Pluto. You know what it smells like? Fighting in this thing, it's just recycling in my helmet here. Feeling good.
But were we ready?
Now leaving the European Union, that makes 12. Oh, the humanity. Hey, come here, pull my finger. Come on, pull my finger. I'm cooking up some hot chili here. Come here, come on, pull my finger. I got a hot one in the tube. Come on, pull it. Hey, Mr. President.
Can humanity survive?
He can't be intelligent life.
Had we built that damned wall.
Tune in to Fartificial Intelligence, only on Orlando's Super TV 3. The Blackwell Building, Wednesday, 9:15 a.m.
Why are you standing so close to the printer? The paper is so warm when it comes out. Oh, thank God. I thought I was the only one.
Oh, this place is freezing all the time.
I know, right?
So I'm not the only one?
Ladies, if you have time to be standing around, you certainly have time to be working. Don't you have anything you could be doing right now?
Yeah, like maybe have a core temperature of more than 65 degrees.
It's so cold. I can't type.
I don't know. It seems fine to me. I just get back to work. That's all I want.
I can't.
Someone needs to take charge around here.
Someone needs to light a fire in this bitch. Give me the papers, Alice.
Wait, what?
Men are always telling women what they can and can't do with their bodies. Now they have a stranglehold on the AC.
Hold on. The thermostat is right over there. Literally, I can see it from here. It's 20 feet away. I have no control over that.
Oh, right. It's always somebody else, never you, Harold.
Smash the
You guys realize this is a felony,
My
right?
nipples could cut diamonds, Harold. Diamonds.
Like, you're going to jail, or at least there's a hefty fine.
Cold as hell. And I'm not going to take it anymore.
Did you know male-controlled thermostats are the #1 leading cause of workplace violence? Don't be Harold. Always keep your thermostat set to 82 degrees. It's the only way to stay safe.
The war on vending machines is hitting closer to home. It's hitting the workplace. Salutations! My name is Dr. Patience McCracknuts, PhD. Reap the benefits of healthy living with Dr. McCracknuts' line of tasty vending comestibles. And because Dr. McCracknuts knows a thing or two about those mid-afternoon doldrums and lethargy, we have started dispersing vitamin B12 syringes in all of our vending machines. Lift your spirits and carry on, ladies and gents. Your hunger just met its worst nightmare. Dr. McCracknuts.
Coming to a vending machine near you! It's been called this year's sleeper hit. Prime time tomorrow on Orlando's Super TV 3.
Where's the go, Miero?
I'm afraid you'll have to try a little harder, Hernandez.
Where did you pull her? She's too big to fit in these drawers. And she is made of bony skin, not invisible matter. I know she cannot be standing right here.
Clever detective, but not clever enough.
¿Por qué, Miero? She's just a girl. A closet-sized girl. Dios mío, there's a closet door right here.
Oh, no. No, don't open that door!
Carrie DeLipschitz and Jim Mahoney star in Milfada Hernandez, Detective Mill. Only on Orlando's Super TV 3. Sunday. We bring you the first politically correct monster truck rally. Unless, of course, you find that to be inconvenient. In which case, we'll have a matinee on Tuesday. Featuring such non-offensive sports vehicles as appropriately sized foot, mild-mannered canine, funeral service worker, and son of funeral service worker, who, although slightly younger, still gets paid a living wage. And current DC Truck Rally champion, I'm okay with our country having a black president. Price admission includes the entire seat, but you'll only need the edge. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Try to respect the wishes of our neighbors and keep the noise down, down, down.
Baseball, apple pie, your grandmother's fried chicken. These are great institutions of the American dream. And let us not forget another icon of the greatest country on earth, a German-style Mexican imitation lager. Now that's America. Here at Badass Hangry Eagle Brewery, we've been bottling up freedom for over 6 years, and we encourage every American to embrace their God-given freedom with their lips. Want to work as a pedicab driver and play Pokemon Go all day while enjoying one of our Imperial Cuck Stouts? The Badass Hangry Eagle says, "You do you, brah brah." Literally, we trained one. It says that. America. Badass Hangry Eagle Brewery. America AF.
You found a wenches! Are you looking for a buccaneer to bed? Or a first mate to swab your poop deck? Well, no one should have to face scurvy alone! Visit piratesonly.com. Think of the pirate possibilities, such as Clamdigger69.
I'm Clamdigger69. I have plenty of toys and eccentric things in Davy Jones's locker, if you know what I mean. Again, that's Clamdigger69.
But let's not forget about Make My Roger Jolly.
I'm Make My Roger Jolly. Allow me to be the first one to truly discover your booty. I'm Make My Roger Jolly.
Pirate 542.
Arr, arr, arr.
And Cabin Swain too.
Hey, don't forget about me. I'm Cabin Swain too. You can come and frolic around my mizzenmast. I'm Cabin Swain too.
Find your buried treasure at piratesonly.com, where X marks the spot.
The twilight years are the best years of your life.
But you might not know that if you're just watching TV.
Hi, I'm host Chris Christopher.
And I'm Neil Scheinfeld. Getting older offers insightful commentary and wisdom to those of you enjoying your last years.
We understand you have, at best, 4 more years left. Getting older shows old people, not unlike yourself, doing things exceptionally better than you.
Drop us a line to be featured on the next episode. And do it quickly, sooner rather than later.
Time is a precious thing, and so is tuning in to Getting Older.
In a world of journalistic excellence,
Can I get your opinion?
comes a man with no formal training.
How do you feel about Crap Newberg?
This is Fritz on the Street.
Do you handle sensitive information across your servers, but hate taking the responsibility of serious repercussions if they're mishandled? Introducing Hillary Mail. It's like Snapchat for national secrets.
My ex must have accidentally sent me nudes.
What? No way.
Should I open it?
Let me see. Yeah.
Soy tu abuelita.
Nothing sticks on Hillary, and it shouldn't stick on you.
I just emailed my boss and told him off.
Aren't you worried you'll be fired?
Nope.
I mean, you're gonna be fired.
I got Hillary Mail.
Mike emailed awfully late.
If you stand with me, regardless of what you stand for.
Hillary Mail. For when you just want to do whatever you want to do.
Now, from Future Entertech comes the latest killer app, Sicker, taking care of your tomorrow, today. Call in sick while avoiding accountability.
I couldn't believe it. I had this super hot guy stay over, and I just couldn't even. All I had to do was answer a few simple prompts.
Dear boss, with my deepest regrets, I,
Angela,
am unable to perform my duties today due to...
No, I'm sick, stomach, headache, I'm sick.
Sincerely,
Angela.
Sicker's patent-pending algorithm is designed to get you a hassle-free day off whenever you need it.
I woke up with a case of anal glaucoma. You know, I couldn't see my ass going to work today. Let me tell you, sick is a real life changer.
Dear boss, with my deepest regrets, I am unable to perform my duties today due to... Sincerely,
Sicker, taking care of your tomorrow, today.
New from the makers of Sicker, the hottest craze in passive messaging technology, Singstagram. You speak it, we sing it. For all the good times.
Congrats on graduating.
congratulations on your graduation.
And the not so good times.
Sorry to hear about your loss.
Ooh, your grandma's dead.
Sorry for your loss.
When you have a song in your heart, but you can't quite get it out.
New phone, who dis?
I lost my phone. Or total avoidance.
Can you just let him know I'm not into him?
Stay away from her. She doesn't want to talk to you anymore.
Singstagram. Every message can be a song. From the makers of Sicker.
From PP Boy Records, the 28th installment of the #1 compilation, bringing your favorite songs from the early 21st century. Now that's what I call dubstep. Featuring artists like DJ Schmutz, Duckhead, 28 Punch Monkey, and Andy Templeton. For example, who could forget this ditty? Of course, this heartwarming toe tapper. You remember dancing with your best girl to this one? It's a blast from the past, from your bar mitzvah. Nothing says mazel tov quite like this. Now that's what I call dubstep. Only on PP Boy Records. This is not a political ad. If it were a political ad, you would know, because it would begin with dark and somber music as I talk about the person I don't want you to vote for, like this. Also, I would drop my voice a little to sound more ominous as I tell you things about the candidate that are designed to scare you about the future if they were elected. Facts are
Welcome back to Pop Culture Radio. Woo! All right, so we covered lots of shit in the first two segments. Now we're going to get into the nerd segment here. We're going to cover all the nerd shit that's going on here.
Nerd shit.
So a couple of months ago...
Hold on, let me put on my glasses.
A couple of months ago, you brought up the Superman movie, right? The new Superman movie.
Yeah, we kind of went over it.
Yeah, and I hadn't seen it yet. Well, I just saw it this week. And so I get where you're coming from with where Superman's the bad guy and everyone's throwing things at him. They think he's a piece of shit. And then he turns around and becomes the good guy and fixes things, right? And I have not seen a Superman movie I liked in a very long time. You said it was a good movie. I watched it. It was a good movie. So I agree with you. Here's the thing.
I was about to say, I feel a butt.
The butt is that, was it, so when I watched it, did I get all the fucking warm fuzzies from Superman? Absolutely. All of it. Yes. But I also watched the Masters of the Universe movie this week.
Oh, I watched that shit.
Okay, well, but hold up. So your butt is bringing in another entity. Like
I got, so when I watched the Superman movie, I'm like, everything Bushy said, absolutely true. Yes, I loved it. Everything about it, I loved it. But when I watched the Masters of the Universe movie, it gave me all these like childhood like warm fuzzies.
Okay.
And so I'm like,
wait. So what you're saying is that the He-Man movie is better than the Superman movie, but you're not saying anything bad about the Superman movie.
No,
you're
not
just,
at all.
You're just
Not
saying
at
even
all.
as good as, like I was talking about the peanut butter whiskey.
Yeah.
You got a 8, 9, 10 or a 7.
I'm just saying, I watched both of those movies on the same day.
So give me a number rating. I'm big on numbers.
Okay, Superman. This Superman movie, in my opinion, is right up there with all the Christopher Reeves movies.
But give me a number. And just remember, I go off.
Okay.
Wait. So I go off IMDb.
Yeah.
So 8.8 is basically as high as something can go.
Okay.
So even if you said like 6.5, that's very high.
Well, I'll in my life, the Christopher Reeves movies are all 9s.
Okay.
In my opinion, this is like a 8.5.
Okay.
I think
I'll take it.
I
think. Like I said, it kills me that the Superman movie was shit on based on like political shit. Like people said it was political, and I'm like, it's a good fucking movie. Fucking if there's politics,
I can see why they think that.
Yes, I get it too, but it's like,
yeah.
But you're talking about like fucking 10 minutes of a 2.5 hour movie,
right?
And it's just like, and it was a good movie. I don't know. It just, like I said. I even thought it was better than it was because I went into it with a bunch of negative fucking thoughts. People saying that it wasn't any good, and then I watched. I'm like,
what I liked about it was that how they turned. So comics alone. When you look at the Superman story, he's an expat from a planet that's destroyed.
Yeah, he's an alien.
He's sent down here. He's an alien, right? And then he becomes this guy that does all this great things for people. And then AI, which is really what happens, is that there's this video that comes out where his mom and dad saying how he just wants to fucking build a harem of bitches, basically.
The mom and dad from Krypton.
Yeah, from Krypton.
Yeah, the alien mom and dad. Not Iowa fucking farm people.
No, not the Kansas family.
And that's why we have the problem with America.
Yeah.
Anyways, I mean,
and then all the people are like, oh, that's what you're here for? That's what you want? You fucking alien? You piece of shit? And everyone's upset with Superman. But then all of a sudden, when the Earth is under attack and Superman saves the day, then all of them, they're like, well, we had you wrong, Superman. You actually was trying to help things, and that's basically what the movie is. But
they were like, all right, Mormons were okay.
Yeah.
Now that you're doing that, I'm like, I wish the Superman movie would have had redneck accents where people are like, we realize you're good now, Superman.
Listen, we understand all you was trying to do was, listen, you won't save the Earth, but I get it. You won't get your dick wet too. And who am I to tell you can't save the Earth and get your dick wet? So listen,
Superman drives a red 78 Ford 2500. That's all we need to say.
But listen, Superman also got dices on the fucking mirror and shit.
At 250.
Yeah, I was going to technical. I'm like, there ain't no fucking 2500.
Yeah, no, 250. I'm sorry. I hate Ford. Okay, I said Ford because it was the more redneck.
I didn't realize this was a gay podcast, but so
Harry, you haven't listened very much. Then
I have a cum bell.
I literally showed up at a 250.
Okay, so listen, before we go any further.
You know what I meant.
Because
actually I don't. That was the point.
So Dave's got a movie he wants to talk about, but also, Dave, on your table next to you there. A gift.
Yeah, no, I poured it.
Okay, did you? So a gift from when Bushy's single first came out about Bacardi, and they gave us this bottle of the single barrel Bacardi spiced rum, right? Yeah. And this is the one where we all drank it and we're like, oh, this is the first rum we've ever drank neat in a glass. And I think you were the one that said, oh man, it almost feels like sacrilegious to mix this with anything.
Yeah,
so,
no, it was good enough.
Dave,
that I'm
being a rum guy, have you tasted it yet?
I did taste it. Now,
okay.
And what I'll say is, I'll show you guys on film and stuff like that. I'm a Vizcaya guy, 21 Vizcaya, not like the other things.
Mm.
Not trying to throw a plug in for anything because you can't actually buy it anywhere because it's Cuban rum. Yeah. But we'll go ahead and try and we'll see. How do they do it? They smell, swish it, you do this other stuff. You go,
well, don't moan on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Bacardi did it right.
Yeah.
They did it right, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I there's like you can swish. I can swish it around in my fucking mouth. I can gargle the thing, and
smooth for fucking straight Bacardi.
Actually, it is. So I'll have to check the price to see if it's up to par with those.
That's the thing that blew my mind. It's not that expensive.
Yeah, I think he said it was like 35.
It's original Bacardi original recipe spiced rum. And when I looked at the label, everything on the label makes you think it's more expensive than it is. It's like for a $7.50, it's like under $40.
Oh wow! I was looking for like a $175 for like a handle for under 18. But I mean that's fine. I was like I like maybe I can taste the finer things in life at some point. No, I'm kidding. I was like,
like I said, I thought it was funny because the only reason the Bacardi came up is because it rhymed in what I was trying to do. I've never been a Bacardi fan.
Yeah.
And so I was really surprised.
Well, I know you knock Ford, so we know you.
Yeah.
We know your sexuality now.
Yeah, no, I'm a Sailor Jerry guy. I like the 90 proof.
Oh, hey, look, man. There's two things you can do in life. You can be a sailor or a fucking captain. Which one you want to be? I mean, come on now, man.
Whichever one gets more fucked up.
I just look for which one's on sale, but I mean, it is what it is, so.
I'll blow a captain if he hands me a bottle of that.
So,
it's so awful. I think like last time I watched, man, you actually had to ring that. You missed multiple points last time ringing it. Last time I was watching it, and I was like, "Damn, dude!" And tonight you just got to ring it, and ain't nothing even really come up.
I think it's so funny. There's a guy.
I said ain't nothing ever come up.
Oh,
I just think it's funny that there's a guy in the studio right now that's critiquing you on how many cum jokes you missed on previous
You
episodes.
missed your cum bell, sir.
Oh, hands down on it. I'm like, you missed the combat. Or actually, he's like, oh, I'm just going to throw it out there a little bit more than it should be.
As the person who came up with the idea of the cum bell, I feel I have the freedom to ring it when I feel.
Hey, you ring when it dings, bro. So,
James Brab is in our
James
comments.
Brown?
James Brab is in our in the comments right now saying that Captain Private Stock
yes
is
Yeah.
about
holy shit, that's one of the best
$24 a shift. He said Bacardi Private Stock. Okay, so
No, but I shit you not, that man is right. Fucking Captain Morgan Private Stock. It comes in kind of like a squatted, like fat rectangular.
Square,
yeah, dude.
That is, and years ago when Captain came out with Sherry Oak, I didn't realize it was limited. I threw some one of those bottles away that sell for like $50 to $100 empty on eBay, and I'm like, oh, that was recycled.
So full circle in a weird way. Remember, I brought up doing the fucking tile work on Fort Myers, like Captiva Island or whatever.
Yeah,
was the first time I ever had Captain Morgan Private Stock. Like I said, I was probably about like 21, 22 years old. And the other helper was about a 22-year-old person that was a paratrooper. And so he was having to drink and I was having to drink in, and we'd fucking go through a handle every fucking night and then go work a fucking 12-hour day setting tile the next day and talk about how hungover we were.
You at least had a couple beers during that, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, here's the funny thing. One night he came home and he's like, hey, I bought this bottle, handle of fucking Captain Morgan Private Stock, right?
They're not really handles though, because
No, they don't.
They do this weird, like, hey, here's what this.
It's like a giant.
would be.
It looks like a
And
giant
it's-
flask.
Yeah.
It looks like a giant fucking flask.
But it's a good fucking.
That
bottle.
being said, we polished off that whole fucking thing, and neither of us had a hangover the next day, and that's all we could fucking talk about was how we drank this whole goddamn bottle of rum, and it was the best rum ever because it wouldn't give you a hangover.
So if you don't mind, James, he just said good stuff. James Brab, could you drop in the comments? How did you find us? Where do you listen typically? Is this your first time watching a live stream? I'm just curious.
That's my fucking neighbor.
That's Analux, is it?
Yeah. He's texted me and he's like, "What you up to tonight?" And I'm like, So yeah,
hell yeah,
that's fucking funny.
He's my fucking boy.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome.
That's my contractor. When every time he's a contractor, and I'm like, I'm doing this, and he's like, "Why the hell are you pulling a permit? You didn't. You didn't
just
tell the
commented.
goddamn things."
Absolutely correct.
Well, you know what? Shout out to his telescope.
That's yeah.
Yeah, no, that's my boy, man.
So we were talking about it in the break. So you saw the trailer, but then again, we all watched it for the new Street Fighter.
Oh
movie.
yeah.
And
I fucking, it's so funny because I was out there and before you fired up the trailer, I said, the thing about video game movies is they got to be a little bit bad. Like you can't take yourself 100% serious.
Fuck yeah, man.
And then I seen that trailer and I'm like, God damn, they're taking themselves 100% serious and it looks pretty fucking rad. So let me put the glasses back on.
You can only make it. You can only take it as serious as the game actually is. You know what
That's
I'm saying?
true, but like I said, like it looked like they were doing everything.
I mean, I'd be pissed if someone was like, "Check out the new Siphon Filter fucking movie," and I'd be like, "Really? You're just gonna fuck it up?" So
Yeah.
you know,
I
I go back to late '90s. You know, where it's like, hey,
and don't get me wrong, if it doesn't have like some tongue-in-cheek humor and stuff, like I still would say you can't go 100% serious, but goddamn, like everything I seen looked like they were taking the movie pretty fucking serious. Like if there was a real Street Fighter and it really went down with all these people with special powers and shit, but it's real. You know what I mean? Like it kind of came off like they're trying to do it.
We're all real. You have a bill. So, we all have special powers.
I have a bell end.
We all have special powers. You're like, dang. So
That's my special power. My superpower is cum bell.
It's ding and the fan doesn't actually hit my head. It just hits my hair.
All I'm going to say is this. You said you researched us a little bit and you knew about the cum bell before you got here.
Yep, absolutely.
Fame.
I mean, hey,
right?
Hey, take
The
it where
cum
you-
bell precedes itself.
Hey, you take it where you can get
Dave,
it.
did you
know?
show up tonight hoping to get a cum bell?
No, actually, I didn't even think about the cum bell, man.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
Didn't even think about it until all of a sudden he reached over and he's like, "Well, I normally sit where you're sitting, but I need my cum bell." And then I thought, shit, I completely forgot about that fucking thing.
I guess I can ring the cum bell over here.
So, and then I was like, it's fine. We'll have an opportunity because at some point they're gonna be like, how do you keep your fucking mustache and beard so
Luxurious.
nice?
Oh,
And then I just go pussy juice.
Yep. Nice.
I was a little late, dude. A little late, man.
I
I'm
never-
like,
I
it's
never-
called curve finders. Everybody fucking
I
is
never
curious.
claimed to have good
So.
reflexes. The cum bell rings when it rings.
Hey, look, man, I met you. I seen you in person. I know you ain't got good reflexes. So, it is what it is, brother, man. I'm like, hey, it's cool, man. I was there one time. Not there, but like close.
He's like, I've almost been as disgusting as you.
Yeah, hundy down. You know, so I'm like, whatever, man. I'm like, we're good. We're good, man. So my dad, I saw my future, and I see my dad, and the 385 was, it was 6'5", 385. I was like, fuck, man, 40 years old. I'm done.
Sir, I am no 385. I take offense to that.
Well, no, that's why I went to the extreme.
Like 370.
I think the worst was when my dad showed up and I was having a cookout and he went to sit in one of the plastic seats. I was like, and he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, what? And I'm like, he's like, oh, fucking take it. I'm like, no. And man, that Chinese plastic injection, boy, I mean,
it was all jokes. Now it got serious because
No,
I broke many a plastic patty.
Yeah, no, I was scared. I was like, thank God he sat in the one that was fucking new because I was like, my balls were up in my fucking stomach going, I'm going to have to try to help this motherfucker.
Listen,
No, I wasn't worried about it getting hurt. I was
being
worried
from
about trying to
Florida-
help fucking 385 fucking pounds up after the ground with plastic in his ass.
Being from Florida, you always blame the plastic
Sun.
lawn chair breaking on the sun. Yeah.
It's the fucking sun's fault. Everything's
It
the
is
sun's
not
fault.
the fact
You
that
know
I'm
what? If I'm in
360.
traffic and someone cuts me off, it's because of fucking heat in the sun.
Yes.
If I'm in line in an AC Publix or whatever, and
The reason my window tint is
someone's
below
like,
the ASM tint line.
and I got 3 items. We're in the fucking 5 items that are less line, and they bring up 12, and then I get all pissy. They're like, "What the fuck's the problem?" I'm like, "It's the sun." I'm like, come on, dude, man. I'm like, I'm gonna work everybody over right now. I'm like, come on, man. If I do this, man, don't make me rob this motherfucking place. But yeah, no,
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We're big on allegedly on this
No,
show.
I was saying the future. You're like, this ain't
In
that
the
Tom
future,
Cruise.
yeah.
That ain't that Tom Cruise shit where you got the little psychics trying to tell her everything. Come on now, man.
Oh, don't get me started on flock safety cameras and fucking what's the name of that movie?
That's
A
right.
Minority Report.
I'm fucking.
Oh my god.
Man.
We're headed.
You got my eyes serious.
So
man. I'm
everybody
like, come on,
says
man.
we're headed towards Terminator 2, but we're not. We're headed towards RoboCop.
Oh,
dude, that was not only one of the best motherfucking movies ever made.
Yep.
But the comics, bro. The comics were like, and you go to the Teenage Mutant
Ninja Turtle.
Thank you. I couldn't say that.
You're welcome, nerd. I'm a
Well,
nerd.
no, I didn't want to sound racist, so that's why I couldn't say ninjas. But I was like, those comics based, like if you go back to the movies and shit, dude, way more fucking violent, man, way more crazy, man.
Then the movies, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely,
no, then the movies.
I'm just gonna
and
say
what
I may be
things
nerdy,
through
but
that,
I've
and I was
never
like,
read a comic. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't even fuck with me. I'll go back to 1980s Dark Horse shit.
Yeah, Dark Horse nerd.
You want to bring up like Armor? And
Dark
other
Horse
shit like
Comics
that,
was
and I'm
the
like,
fucking best comic label.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
They were fucking animals. And then when Image came out, and I was like, oh, finally,
Image,
man.
yeah,
You got
yeah.
Gen 13,
Seven-
Max.
yeah.
You got, I was like, oh, this is where Union. I was like, this is where
Todd
the fuck
McFarlane
is that,
and
dude?
and yeah.
I was busy
yeah,
working
man.
construction when all that was going on.
So, Dave, if you have not heard, because we actually talked about it when Janelle was on the show. So you know that Jason Momoa is playing Lobo in the new Supergirl movie, right?
Yeah, he actually, I think Jason Momoa should have played Lobo originally.
Yeah, he's been pushing for that, and then they gave him Aquaman, and now he's like he's like springboarded that into, I really originally wanted to play Lobo. So now he's playing Lobo in that movie, and then everyone's just like pushing for a Lobo standalone movie.
Well, what's funny is the way I am, I would usually be like, he already played a superhero in that universe. How the fuck are you going to have him play another? But it's fucking Aquaman.
Exactly right.
Nobody gives a fuck about fucking. And I'm
Hey,
gonna be real.
no one gave a fuck about Aquaman until he played it because he should have been playing Lobo.
Yeah.
I mean, the motherfuckers with Red Rum, fucking MC, and all this other stuff.
Well, I will even say
I'm like,
this.
come on.
I thought the first Aquaman was okay.
Yeah.
The second Aquaman is fucking weird. And I never finished it. I never did finish it. I think I fell asleep or got bored.
So
Was that
here's
the-
what's
was
funny.
that the one that Justice League came in the whole fucking thing?
Yes, it was around the time of Justice League, and then the James Gunn recut of
all
Justice
I remember
League.
was like a really weird thing of like they were like stealing his kid, and then
Yeah, man, it's fucked, man. I don't mean to sound off or anything like that, but I've watched them, and I've watched them with other women, so it's really hard to see past them to the like with the TVs on the wall, and you're like, you know what I mean? So it's like, but I did try to pay attention.
it's hard to concentrate on
So
Aquaman when you're getting your ass
yeah,
licked.
Yeah,
so
whoa. Nah, man, we ain't doing that shit. I don't want to find out I like that, and then find out all of a sudden I'm like I said.
I like it. So if you like to do it, hit me up.
Hey, yeah. I ain't taking a chance. I'll stick with bologna and don't ever fucking feed me shrimp Alfredo or nothing because I don't want to find out if I like that shit, man.
And then
I ain't getting no damn prostate fucking check either. 'Cause I'm like, I ain't gonna do that.
Only
dude.
thing I'm afraid of
Find
is
that
long
out.
fingernails.
So
tying something into
Right, back to superheroes.
What I want to go back to. So
we got someone.
I saw the new Masters of the Universe this week, and I
Okay.
know you haven't seen it yet.
It was a good fucking show, dude.
Dude, have you seen the movie, the new one?
Yeah.
So,
I have
did you
heard
see?
nothing but good.
Hold on. Did you see the '80s Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren?
Fuck yeah,
sure.
dude.
Yeah,
When
dude.
Dolph Lundgren was in the
Hey,
goddamn
yeah,
fucking
hold
gym
up,
with
hold
him,
up,
man.
hold up, hold up,
yeah.
hold up. You want to hear about nerd shit?
What's that?
My Marvel Strike Force alliance is the Battle Cats,
Oh, okay. All right.
which I understand is fucking Thundercats.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, all in the same.
Okay,
I'm
Sil-
not.
Silver
Why aren't you
Surfers,
wearing
He-
glasses right now? Like
I've got
really
them right
thick ones?
here, but they're
the
fucking
fucking
nerdy.
things
So
on.
I don't
Every
like
time
that.
he puts the glasses on, people in the comments are like, "Be quiet,
Fucking
The-
nerd."
yeah, no, the big one's got glasses on. This has to be important. But
That's what I tell my brother because he's like, "Hold up, my vagina vision is not working." He puts
one's
reading
got
glasses
glasses
on.
on.
So
did you see the Dolph Lundgren Master of the Universe from the '80s? You
Oh,
ever
yeah,
seen the movie?
yeah.
Okay, so they put Dolph Lundgren has a cameo in this movie,
Excellent.
and it's
Trying
when,
not to spoil too much.
I'm not, but Prince Adam is on Earth, you know, and he's like he knows who he is, but no one else knows who he is.
yeah, that was.
And
that
so
was a
he's
good-
trying
that
to
was a
like
good part on it.
regain his strength, and he's at the gym and he's working out and he's like terrible at it. And then Dolph Lundgren is in the gym and he's like, "What is it you're trying to train for?" And like, and it's this whole interaction with him and Dolph Lundgren in the gym, and like that was his cameo in it, which I
So-
thought was great.
So I heard a take about Dolph Lundgren, and this goes back to Jason Pargan, the
Yeah.
author I told you I
Yeah.
follow.
Yeah.
And he did a little short about Dolph Lundgren, and he said Dolph Lundgren, something like Dolph Lundgren is the greatest person on the planet because he had the choice between being like an astrophysicist or whatever the fuck. He had super smart.
He had a master's degree in chemical engineering.
Right.
Yeah.
So he had the choice
And
to
something
either
else.
be a super nerd, a rich super nerd, or an actor.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, the
he-
only reason I know that shit is because I actually paid for one of those degrees, but it was my ex-wife's, not mine.
but Dolph Lundgren, most people would always be told, "Hey, you go for the degree, you go for the smart stuff." But Dolph Lundgren was not only that smart, he was an attractive gentleman and ended up being a successful actor. And it's just really funny because at some point in his life, he had to make that choice where it's like, I'm going to go towards acting or I'm going to go towards science.
Look,
Yeah.
look, I love Dolph Lundgren. He played Punisher also.
Yeah,
and,
he did.
and then you bring the whole thing up and you go, "Hey, man," and the Rocky things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like all his great fucking movies that he did.
Even his B movies are good.
No, all of his movies are fucking B movies. I'm sorry. He's fucking, and I'm like, look, dude, he's got like 2 fucking masters, like chemical engineering and fucking that's
7 foot
face
tall,
fucking-
blonde, big
what,
dick.
yeah, you know what I mean. He's like, hey, bro, look, man, I got a 2-inch dick, but the rest of me that we got, and
No,
it's like
Dolph
it's like-
Lundgren has to have a huge
No,
dick, right?
it was a fucking joke, but the whole thing.
Hold on, no, let's talk
But
about
the-
Dolph
but-
Lundgren's
but-
dick.
But no, the whole thing is it's like because of his education, because he could actually 1-to-1 speak to somebody else, right? And have an intelligent conversation.
Yeah, he's smarter than all three of us combined.
Oh fuck. He's more intelligent. I wouldn't say smarter. I was like, get down in the dirt that I've been into, man, when I've come out. So you know, I'm like, you don't need intelligence. You need to be fucking. You need to be smart. And you need to be quick smart. But the whole thing is
smart.
Yeah, quick smart.
That's the energy drink I'm coming out with.
No, it's my old convenience store.
Drink, drink quick smart.
Yeah. You know, like what was it? Army of the Dead. It's like
instead gives you wings, makes you quick and smart.
Yeah, no. What was it? Army of the Dead, where it's like Think Smart, fucking Kmart or whatever. The
Think
whole
Smart,
thing
get
was.
boners.
No, I was talking about fucking Army of the Dead from
Red
Evil
Bull
Dead.
gives you boners.
Red Bull gives you boners.
Close enough.
No, quick
But-
smart gives you boners. You get it
Yeah,
right.
no, close enough. But the whole thing is
Quick
like,
smart
hey,
coming
man,
this summer to a 7-Eleven near you.
if you were Dolph Lundgren, so you're 9'3", and
Yeah.
the perfect fucking build, and you're intelligent as a motherfucker, and you're like, hey, I can redesign your goddamn rocket for you,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, that's cool. So you have a conversation. And he goes, I want to be an actor. They go, well, fuck yeah, and then he goes, yeah, I do. I fuck you up, and you're like, Jesus, dude, you actually suck as an actor, but
But he's very handsome.
but then all of a sudden he's like, let me redo that with my shirt off,
Right.
and then they're like, fucking soul,
You got it. You got
you
it.
know, and I'm like, and you know, like, you know, not
You got abs like a Hershey bar.
yeah, I'm one of the proudest motherfuckers at 50. With the I have the best goddamn dad bod you'll ever see. So, you know, and I'm like, you know, at 50. And I'm
I got
like,
the
hey,
best
man,
two
you know,
dad
I'm like-
bods you'll ever see.
But
they're both in the trunk
but the
of
whole
his
thing
car.
is, no, the whole thing is my shirt comes off and people go, oh shit, Dave, I didn't realize how old you are. And I'm like, hold up. And I say, no, I have a fucking personality that my personality gave me an 8-pack. So shut the fuck
my
up. You
personality
know?
overshadows this. Don't look.
Yeah. You know, it's like, come on, man. They're like, why your pants sag low? And I'm like, they don't. I don't-
Avert thine
I don't have
eyes
it.
and
I don't
listen
have
to
it.
my
Yeah.
genius.
You know, like, Jesus, fuck, man. You know?
So a couple of things I want anyone who's going to watch the new Masters of the Universe to understand going into it.
Take your pants off.
We're back to this shit.
Number one, Man at Arms is played by Idris Elba,
Oh shit. Okay.
and he's a motherfucking beast, right?
okay.
Number two is the robotic. That is the robot helper for that army.
Yeah.
Is voiced by Kristen Wiig. Also, awesome. And then the best fucking thing about this movie is number one, Skeletor looks fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah,
okay.
that was top. That was top, dude.
So
Skeletor
let's-
looks amazing.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
Skeletor was the absolute best part by far
Yes.
of the 80s He-Man movie.
Yes.
If they fucked up Skeletor in this movie, they would be made fun of relentlessly and it could not succeed.
They took it a step further.
But
because
are all villains the best fucking characters?
always.
seriously.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing Deadpool and you throw the Juggernaut out and make him look like a bitch, which I always had a problem with. I was like, don't. I was like, X-Men throws
It's funny
Juggernaut
you-
in,
I
and I'm
just
like, you
watched-
don't do that. And I'm like, you fucking around with Juggernaut? I'm like, dude, I own over.
I just
200
watched
comics
Deadpool
that had
2
just-
last week.
Just the only reason I ever bought Excalibur comics was because the Juggernaut fought fucking Captain Britain one time, and I was like, that was it. I bought all of the fucking comics, and I was like to read up.
So,
I'm like,
so
leave the
can
Juggernaut.
I make Skeletor a little bit more awesome?
No, he,
And so who-
no.
do you
You
know who-
cannot
do you know who
ever
plays-
make him more awesome than he already is.
I'm about
But
to.
you could try.
Do you know who plays Skeletor in this new movie?
No clue.
Hold up. Benedict Cumberbatch.
No.
Oh, damn it.
Jared Leto.
Okay, I'm down. No. So I think I've even
Worst Joker ever.
See, bullshit. I've
Worst
said it before
Joker
on
ever.
the show that I disagree that was a bad Joker. I fucking love that Joker.
No, I'm gonna tell you, he wasn't the worst. That other dude from my age, man, I can't even remember his fucking name now.
It wasn't Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, Jack Nicholson, worst fucking Joker ever.
I love Jack Nicholson.
Second worst Joker.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know that I could sit here and rank Jokers in rank of worst, but I like Jared.
Heath Ledger was the best Joker ever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, no, I'll go there.
Okay, so there's our base. We all agree that Heath Ledger was the best Joker ever.
Yeah.
I like the fucking street thug gangster version of the Joker. It makes way more sense than what the real Joker would be, which is like some mastermind who's got like thousands of criminals working in the background to pull off all these elaborate plans and everything. No,
dude,
like if the Joker was real, it would be like a gangster fucking like boss guy who had a bunch of fucking like minions and shit.
Dude, I want to meet an HR person. Like the Joker has. It's like when they're like, hey, well, you know, like if he goes to the pirate code, and they're like, okay, well, I lost an eye, I lost a finger, I lost a leg. You know, they had all this fucking thing coming up, and you're like, so the Joker's like, hey, I'm gonna fucking do this. And this whole problem, I got a problem with the DC world when it comes to Joker, and I'm like, okay, man.
It sounds like you're at least an honorary nerd, sir.
Yeah, no.
Oh no, he's a full boat nerd.
I don't fucking wear glasses. I ain't no fucking nerd.
I do.
I don't. You know what?
So
Fire truck
James
is supposed to
Brab
look
just
like
said
fog
Jack
room.
Nicholson was the best Joker. End of discussion. Sorry, Joaquin Phoenix.
Well, he's never allowed in my pub again. But that's fucking fine because Joaquin Phoenix completely sucked. I hated that motherfucker, man. As a Joker,
okay,
dude.
so the first
the saving grace on that entire fucking movie was at the very fucking end when it was like, somebody else is stealing his fucking persona.
So the weird part about the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie,
I couldn't even get my dick hard for like 2 weeks.
It was
after that
supposed to
movie.
be it was supposed to be a
Fuck that
statement
shit, dude.
on mental illness.
He said realistically, Cesar Romero was the best Joker ever, and I can kind of agree with that.
I disagree with that. I couldn't deal with the white makeup and the mustache. That shit killed me. No,
I'll be honest with you. I actually don't pay attention to actors and shit like that. You got to throw out what the shit is because I'm like,
Cesar Romero was the Joker in the old 1980
I-
or 1966 Batman series with Adam West.
I
You know
will
what,
say
man?
that Cesar
I'll
Romero.
give you that. That's what I always look for. So when I went and stood at the Interstate fucking 8 for like 18 fucking hours to watch the Jack Nicholson Joker shit, and sitting there fucking on a mall floor going, I'm gonna fucking watch this shit. And then seeing Jack Nicholson, and I was like,
You were expecting the Cesar Romero.
yeah,
Joker.
no, I was like, are you fucking serious, man?
See, no,
I was like so pissed. I walked. I was like Dark Knight, Azrael. You can all fuck yourselves, man. I'm going. You know what, man? I'm trying. And then they're like, well, Superman died. I don't give a shit. I ain't.
Okay,
buying
so
one of
hold
your
on.
goddamn
Don't mean to
comics,
cut you
man.
off, Bushy, but let me keep him rolling for a second.
I didn't
So-
say anything. He was talking.
No, because you were going into something, and when he started.
fine.
So yeah. So here, who is your favorite superhero of all time? Like, if you could pick one superhero, and you're like, that's my guy. Who is it?
Oh fuck me, man! Like it's like relatable or
Or like,
No,
just
no,
who's
just
your
your-
dude? Like,
just-
who's
yeah.
your guy? Like, you know,
Who's your go-to?
like my guy's Lobo. I've always been a Lobo fan since I'm a kid. Like, I got
I'm-
all the comics. That's my guy.
I'm gonna say Spawn.
Okay.
damn, dude, man. It's literally a toss up for me, man.
Okay.
It's between the Juggernaut and Bullseye.
Okay.
They actually, the brand new squad they just put in Marvel Strike Force includes Bullseye, so he just got a rework.
Yeah, so I know you're like,
I know you were worried about that.
You're like superheroes, and I'm like,
no.
The
villains. That's cool too.
My ex-wife, I used to fucking argue with her. I was like, hey man, when I was like, have this shirt made for me, because I was like, I came up with some shit and I did a little design and I stole some shit off a comic book and fucking reprinted this stuff. You gotta remember, this is like the early 2000s where we're just pirating and everything, and I'm like, but I wasn't doing it to sell it, and I'm like, I want shirts. So it's like, man, I'm wearing shirts, and it's fucking Bullseye shirts, it's fucking Juggernaut shirts, it's Doom shirts.
Nice.
Yeah. But like on the superhero thing, like if it goes to the hero, it always came back to Captain America. Sorry on that.
Captain America was when I was a kid, like that was the thing that was like, prevalent in my house because my dad was a Captain America fan.
Yeah, back in the 80s when I had my fucking leather jacket, I had my big old mohawk, I had my fucking earrings, I had my nose ring, and I had my leather jackets all spiked up. It literally always had a fucking Captain America shield on the fucking thing. And so if you come down to it on the heroes, I say Captain America. Number 2 would be fucking Iron Man.
I was just going to say Iron Man was the one that,
Iron Man I had a major issue with, not until my 30s. And the only reason.
By the way, any argument you're not at least partially a nerd is way gone.
No. Dave is welcome back here anytime. This is the best conversation ever.
He's a nerd. He's a nerd in denial.
Because I don't wear fucking glasses. Because
that makes the difference.
So why did fire trucks are big old red balls of fuzz? So
why did it take?
I can still drive. Why
did it take till your 30s before you had a problem with Iron Man?
Yeah.
Well, because I was like, Iron Man's fucking pimping shit, this and that and stuff, and I was like, I'm going through a divorce, and I'm like, oh man, this fucking hurts. 16 years I've been the same fucking woman, this and that, and I'm sitting there, and one of the neighbor girls, she's a cute girl, comes over, stuff like that, starts hanging out, and she's like, I've always wondered what's going on between these, the glass on the front fucking, she jogs past my house, and I get this.
So why do you keep staring at me, weirdo?
So. Yeah, no, that's what I was seeing. I'm like, why are you staring at my fucking house? And but anyways, I was like, oh, I'll give you a fucking ride, drop a car off or whatever, and come back. She comes back, and I was like, you gonna have a drink with me? She comes in my fucking house. So I opened the door to my garage, and I said, well, there's this. She looks, there's 4 CNC machines.
You're like, I'm Tony Stark.
No, I did not say that. I was so fucking pissed, man, because there'd been like 2 fucking Iron Mans out, and she's like, oh my god, you're like Tony Stark. And I'm like, and I thought to myself, and I was like, in the pimpest way I could go, oh fuck no, I'm more like Whiplash, because my parents wouldn't fucking, they didn't throw me a bunch of fucking cash to come up with this shit. I was like, don't even fucking compare me to
like
Iron
Whiplash.
Man. I was like, no, because Whiplash, like that movie was only a couple months old. And I was like, oh, fuck no. Don't you ever look at me. And I was like, we were doing good. We're like, we're going back and forth. She's cute as shit. This is that. Man, she's sitting on my kitchen counter. This, that. What are you doing in the garage? And I was like,
how dare she think I'm a Nepo baby?
All of a sudden, she looks at all of it. And it's like, I'm literally making barrels. I'm doing like everything.
I like the idea. My favorite part of the story is you're mad that some chick like called you Iron Man.
Yeah, no, I was like, she's like, you're just like Iron Man.
I'm way more of a villain than Iron Man.
I was like, yeah, no, that's what I felt. I was like, Iron Man ain't never got the goddamn divorce. And I was like, Iron Man didn't have to actually work for his shit. And I'm like, man, go fuck yourself. I ain't no damn Iron Man. I was like, you know what the fuck I am? I'm like, I'm something that come out of the fucking dirt that comes from fucking engineers that were like, make it or you don't.
I'm the dirt under Iron Man's fingernails.
So I got offended, and then after I did, like later on that night when I was like, damn, you could have had it, but you just.
You just couldn't be Iron Man.
You went nerd, and I was like,
she wanted to fuck Tony Stark. She didn't give a fuck about Whiplash.
I was like, man, I ain't never putting glasses.
Well, you're like, note yourself. Next time you are Iron Man.
So now when people are like, what? And it's like my refrigerator in the garage. People are like, oh, that's cool. And I'm like,
They're like, oh wow, you got a Stark Industries sticker, and I'm like, I made that shit. So,
I may or may not have made a red and gold fist for fisting.
Yeah, got 3 of them.
You think the symbionts
invite your friends, even the Duff, whatever, bring it over, man. So
the symbiont ain't got nothing on this. Symbiont, I forget what it's called.
Oh, fuck it. Yeah, we ain't going to Venom, are we? We ain't going that direction.
No, symbiont is the sex toy that women used to ride on the Howard Stern show.
Well, I'm way too much of a nerd to actually understand what you were saying about that. I reverted back to comic books and thought you were talking about a symbiote, but that's fine. So,
oddly
but
enough,
I ain't no fucking Iron Man.
Oddly enough, the second to the last new team in Marvel Strike Force, Symbiote 6.
I don't play video games either.
I do.
I actually make shit
I am
real
fat
life.
and useless, and I play video games now.
Yeah, no, I just straight up.
We didn't even get into Genshin. I'm going to talk about Genshin Impact and the fucking depth of the goddamn story writing in that shit.
There are so many comments of people going, he made this shit up because he's never mentioned the game. It's Genshin Impact. Okay.
I don't want to
GENSHIN. No, I want to ask you because I'm going to go back now and fucking respond to all these comments going, Genshin Impact. That's the game. John, download the fucking game because people are asking, he never mentioned this game. It must be bullshit.
Well, and I'm on the next show or the next time there's an opportunity to do it, I'm going to actually go and write down like the one particular storyline for the one area and stuff. Dude, the depth of the writing in Genshin Impact is like fucking Stephen King level or fucking like a Game of Thrones level. Like,
okay.
There is crazy.
Were you talking about Stephen King pre getting hit by a truck or post getting hit by a truck? Because
pre
and really makes a difference.
Yeah, pre I would say.
Yeah, no, just checking.
Yeah. No.
Like Stephen King, The Stand.
I just was bored of every game I was playing and downloaded this game, and it was because it was a free game, and I do not like anime, but I was like, fuck it. It's like one of the only free games I haven't played yet. And I went and read the reviews, and it actually had a pretty impressive like overall star score and everything. You know, it was like 90% 5-star, and all the comments were like, well, I lost my family, but worth it. Stuff like that. And I'm like,
dude,
must be
that's like if you have that shit, that's all you can ask for. You know what I mean? Like when we're at a like, hey, the whole house burned down.
Well, it's a gotcha game,
but this game is
it's a gotcha game.
Got
Which
me
means
through it.
You can spend a lot of money on it, like gambling, basically trying to get characters and shit like that. I don't spend any money on it, and it is still one of the most impressive games I've ever played by far. So not this segment because it's just too much. But at some point, I've got probably at least about a half a segment that I want to spew on you. That was just like, oh, this was like just one part of this massive storyline.
Well, people have been asking, so I'm going to put it. I'm going to respond to all the comments from the past couple of weeks when people asking, "What's the game?" So that everyone can download it, and then next time we talk about it, we'll go into the game in depth.
Nice,
All right. So, and we got to have another episode with Dave back. 'Cause we got to unwrap more of this guy's nerd because the nerd pops out more and more.
Hold up before you break the whole thing out and stuff like that. I gotta say something out to the fucking nations out there, man. So I gotta say, yakte and hak gone. So, any Navajos out there, hit the fucking place. I'm out here too.
Oh, awesome. All right, dude.
What the fuck just happened?
He was speaking Navajo.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Why didn't you break that out earlier?
Because I'll be back.
Yeah.
Well, next show you can only talk in Navajo.
Hey, man, I'm gonna trickle shit out. Like we get out there on the bar in the back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get up and bring that.
So you said I wasn't quick with the cum bell. You're trickling shit out.
No, that was actually fucking good. But I'm like, nah, man. I'm like, it would take you about 3 fucking years to trickle everything out of me.
Come on, bail it. I was setting my drink down.
You're so slow.
All right. Okay.
Great episode, guys. Good job, man.
So. All right, you've been listening to Pop Culture Radio. We will see you again next week. We have a big announcement coming up next week about the 13th annual Night of the Paranormal. When, the where, the everything going on with that show. So make sure you're here. We'll see you again. Have a good weekend.
Grave digger, go figure, lyrics is sickle. I came here to show my top to pull out the griddle. But you got your gushy, shaking your sister, shake your butt.
Pop Culture Radio has been a weird Florida production. Like and subscribe on your favorite platform, and looking forward to the Night of the Paranormal coming up soon.
Want to see it on jiggle? How low can you go? See, it's my little riddle. If you like a girl, I give it a tickle. But all I really want to do is give it a lick. I promise it ain't much bigger than a pickle. Big like the inches on my shirt.